trip her, honey. My cat almost fell because she's just little. Hey, honey? Oh, you're just so little. You just fall off of everything, guys. Not me running back to throw it in. Oh my god, it's so hot.
Welcome to Monster Sports and Entertainment. Enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, I'm about to be on screen here. It's hot as fucking balls outside. Like, it's so hot. Ah, shit! Oh, I caught it. We good. They're still just warming up a bit. There's the camera. Hello, everybody. I look bald. I'm not bald. I'm so thirsty. Oh my god. How is everyone doing today? I'm gonna change the background here in a second. Blaze, what's going on, Blaze? MBA was here earlier, so was Venom Pool VP. What's going on? Cleaning up, nice VP. I just like organized some of my clothes that I have to fold, so. And then I also just put in the laundry. Also, I have no idea where my phone is. Like, not a clue. no idea where it went. Like, I had it in my hands, and then I started doing the laundry. Now it's not there. I'll find it. It's cheap. It's good. It's fine. I'm gonna put a lighter background in the back. Hold up. What's the background called? Background. Okay. Good. Perfect. I'm like, what's the background called? Background? Perfect. This is kind of just a random ballpark. That's just here, like, temporarily. So, that's what we're dealing with today. Because I don't know where they're at, so. We're doing this game. We're doing this ballpark. That's what we're gonna do. How could I have my phone in my hands? I put it down somewhere. Oh, I put it down somewhere that's like really weird that my phone shouldn't be put down. So like, don't mind me. How's everyone doing today? Game has not started yet. How the f is that supposed to help, Apple? Apple's so, they're like, oh, find my iPhone. Okay, tell us what the code is that was just sent to your iPhone. It's like, I don't have it. Where did I put it? I'm gonna find it in like a really weird place. Because I didn't leave the apartment. I found it. I put it, when I went in my dad's room last, I put it behind the TV. Why would I put it there?
Series against the hard-throwing rookie left-hander Shane McClanahan.
He has been registered double digits, 100.
Don't mind me. I am trying to get this figured out here.
Fastball, big hard
Paste.
The only player in Major League history to make his Major League debut. He did it last year in Game 1 in the postseason against the New York Yankees. I'll be darned. Talk about being behind the 8-ball, Gary.
Well, I'm Gary. Hi, he's Keith. Thanks, Steve, for opening the broadcast today.
Hi, Keith.
You were splendid, Steve.
It's nice to have you with us. We're in the broadcast booth at Citi Field.
I got my jockey caps on my tie today.
Preakness. Kevin Pillar leads off. Shane McClanahan's first pitch is a fastball in for a strike, and we're underway. Pillar has been red hot over the last 11 games, hitting .356. Pilar, Lindor, and Conforto for the Mets in the first inning. Slider swung and missed. It's 0-2.
Another big there's Mr. Smith.
Drew Smith going to be the opener today, probably in front of Joey Lucchesi. Although Luis Rojas said he might use more than one reliever before going to his bulk guy, Lucchesi. McClanahan ahead 0-2 on Pilar. And he strikes him out with a slider, so McClanahan, who has got more swings and misses on the slider than anybody in baseball, starts off with a strikeout.
And we'll take a look at your Tampa Rays optimum defense. Wendell in the lineup now. A little more balanced lineup, more left-handers because the right-hander out there, Adames at short. Also Brendan Lau, not Lowe, folks, out in left field. He did not start. There he is right there. We don't have two of them this year.
He drew the walk and scored the winning run in the 9th inning as a pinch hitter last night. Francisco Lindor batting second in the order, and he swings and misses at a fastball from McClanahan. Lindor 0 for 4 last night, batting much better as a right-hand hitter so far this year, .273, than as a left-hand hitter, .176.
The Mets only got 6 hits last night. Lindor had a particularly tough night against a very tough, one of the top pitchers in Glasnow, and had trouble with the breaking stuff, the curveball. Slider. I mean, what are you going to do? That just tied him up there. Like he saved all his wicked pitches, all down and in, all breaking balls, saved all balls there. They were the best ones he threw, the perfect spot.
1-2 from McClanahan, and he goes back foot with the slider and misses 2-2. McClanahan struggles with his command at times, but he's got as good stuff as any young lefty in the game. First round pick out of the University of South Florida 3 years ago. And as Keith mentioned, the first pitcher ever to make his big league debut in the postseason.
I mean, that's asking
fastball just below the knees, and it's 3-2.
That's asking a lot of a young man right there, I'll tell you, to put him in the postseason. So he had 4 relief appearances in last year's postseason. That would take you through the World Series, because this team, of course, lost to the Dodgers last year.
Made 1 World Series appearance, and that was a clean one. Lindor chases a fastball and fouls it back. There are 4 other players who have made their debut in the postseason, but all position players. Interestingly, 3 of the 5 were last year, including McClanahan, who pitched in 3 separate series for the Rays and then made his regular season debut this year, April 29th. This is now his 4th start. And Lindor takes a fastball for strike 3 called, and McClanahan has back-to-back strikeouts to begin his day.
Back-to-back strikeouts on New York.
So McClanahan had his first start was on the 29th. He's gone 4 innings in all 3 starts. Here's the pitch, inside corner, a little bit of plate, tied up Lindor inside.
Must have been looking for the slider.
Well, Gare, sometimes when you got 2 strikes and you're protecting the plate, where are you most vulnerable? You're most vulnerable inside.
Here's Conforto.
And
I
we
did it my
saw a
passer,
lot
but
of
I got
that
it right
last
first
night.
time.
What I thought was David Peterson's best start of his young career.
Firestar, what's going on,
This season.
Firestar?
A lot
How you
of
doing?
inside fastballs, Gary, that he was able to spot on the right-hand hitters.
See Pilar and Lindor there sharing some knowledge. Line to center by Conforto, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So Conforto got on the slider, hit it off the end of the bat, and the Mets have their first base runner of the day. And now Pete Alonso, who had a rough homecoming to the Tampa Bay area last night.
No, Glasnow ate him up. The first 3 strikeouts. Curveball. We're all breaking balls. Slider. Yes, that was a hanger. Got him out in front. Then the third one came in with the fastball. And then our breaking ball. So 3 on breaking balls. And really, when he struck out on that fastball in, that was really, really brilliant pitching by Glasnow.
Only the 3rd golden sombrero of Alonso's career. 2 of them have come this season. He's now got 53 at-bats without a home run, the longest drought of his major league career.
And we've noted, Gary, that doesn't seem like the ball's carrying so much this year so far.
You know, they asked Pete about that yesterday, and he said, you know what, when I hit him, there's never any doubt.
Well, okay, sure.
And that's true, because he tends to hit them, you know, more than just wall scrapers beyond the fence.
Like Zamino last night.
Right.
Did it do the thing? I swear to God, did it do the thing?
450 feet into the second deck.
What was the velo, Gary?
117.3, Keith.
Oh, Lord. I wouldn't want to get in front of that.
According to StatCast, that was the hardest hit home run in Rays history since they started measuring in 2008.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Sure, it's in a very bright color on your scorecard.
Oh, good slider. So he's got a little flat slider here, but it's a power slider. And it's got some decent break. And it's coming up there in a hurry.
I'm in the stands. Not much of a
1-2
background.
coming to
But like,
Alonso. And checking on Conforto. It's David Peterson. It was a frustrating end to his evening last night, but he was locked in.
Oh, boy.
Retired 17 in a row at one point. Pitched into the 8th inning for the first time in his career, and it fell apart in the 8th.
Wally,
Yeah, it's just a shame he didn't get a W.
What's going on, Wally? How you doing, Wally?
Nino following double to rookie Padlo, and the bullpen couldn't hold it. Up and in to Alonso, and it's 2-2.
He wanted to build on, Gary. You know, he got out of that bases loaded jam with 1 out in that 2nd inning, and then that's when he started his run of consecutive outs, and that was impressive. He's got a chance to be a good one.
Tom Smith on deck. 2-2 coming from McClanahan. And he strikes out Alonso with the fastball, and that retires the side. 3 strikeouts from McClanahan in the opening.
That is now the end of the first Mets strikeout. I'm just gonna see how much time is left on the timer. Because I cannot save from here. Hey Siri, put on a 13-minute timer.
One sec.
Okay, you're gonna be a pain in my ass and not work now?
For how long?
13 minutes.
13 minutes. Starting now.
Thanks, Siri. Use a real one. Perfect. How's everyone doing today? Everyone welcome. How's everyone doing today? I look like I'm bald with this background. I'm not bald. Molly, have coffee, stay awake. I'm not even tired though. Have coffee. I get dehydrated and it's really hot. Let's take a shot of 5-hour energy. Canada Life, no. No. Ow! It's not even all the way over there.
Off today. Mets are going with a right-handed opener,
and
and then probably a left-handed bolt guy, so Kevin Cash maneuvering his lineup around that.
And there's Drew Smith. 8 games so far, coming off the IL, and has thrown well since being back up in the big
Everybody,
leagues.
welcome
Got
to
the
Monster
big
Sports
arm,
Entertainment. I'm your
good
host,
breaking ball,
Molly.
check
Don't forget to
guts.
smash that thumbs up button on your way in.
37th
Subscribe if
big
you haven't
league
already. Hit the
appearance,
bell
first
for
start. He made one start in
notifications.
the minor leagues for Las
Get
Vegas
notified
in
whenever I'm live.
2018 and 10 starts in
There we
college.
go.
So this is a
I mean, not what I
relatively
meant
new
to do, but,
experience
like,
for him.
cool.
Randy Arozarena, first pitch swinging, flies one foul down the
How's
left
everyone
field
doing
line.
today?
Oh,
I'm Molly.
there's some-
I think I already said that.
He made some
I
contact.
said it again.
Well, he was ready. Arozarena 0 for 4 last night.
Do be vibing.
He's been struggling lately, just 8 for his last 49. Last year's postseason hero for the Rays. And Smith misses with a cutter, and it's 1-1. Drew made his season debut on Wednesday. Scoreless inning against Baltimore. He was out with shoulder issues in late spring, early season. And Arozarena fouled, but it's 1-2. Willie Casey waiting his turn. Don't know how deep Smith will go into this game. Might be just an inning, but Luis Rojas said he might use 1 or 2 relievers before he goes to Lucchesi. And a good breaking ball by Smith to strike out Arozarena for the first down.
And your New York Metropolitan defense brought to you by 7-11. Nito with his 7th start behind the ditch. VR 14.
You want that
start
New
at
York
third
cow
base.
pie bad?
Peraza, a 2nd start back to back. And you got Dom Pilar and Conforto. They have been the 3 Musketeers out there. There's Tomas, who's done a good job when he's been called on to start.
New York camo
His
hat.
7th start behind
Oh.
the plate this year is Brandon Lau. And he's late on the fastball from Drew Smith, 0-1. Lau sat out last night, but came off the bench in the 9th inning, drew a walk from Miguel Castro and wound up scoring the winning run on Brett Phillips' walk-off hit.
I'll have to see it again.
Lau playing left field. He's been primarily a second baseman throughout his career, but a handful of games in the outfield, and he smashes that one to right field, but foul. So a couple of hard-hit foul balls by the Rays, first 2 batters of the game.
Here they're just hard strikes.
Yeah, but does a pitcher feel that way?
Oh, it's like a
no,
New York
they
camo hat with the white
really-
lettering.
To someone pulling their fastball. And, well, holy cow! I can't get in there.
I mean, if somebody hits a ball 110 miles an hour foul, it's got to at least bruise your ego a little bit.
Well,
And Lau strikes out on the changeup. Smith bounces back from both the loud fouls to strike out Arozarena and Lau. Games of the game brought to you by your Tri-State Volkswagen dealers. It's Preakness Day, Keith.
it is Preakness Day. I got my tie on, and thus the themes of the game are horse racing. Pete, one of 4 players in MLB history to lead the team in average and RBI. Okay, and then the bullpen. Well, Sterling and the Rays first 7 innings. Look at the batting average. Look at that. How they turn it on in the back stretch, Garrett.
Yandy Diaz hits one down the right field line. This one stays fair and bounces out of play. It's a ground rule double for Yandy Diaz.
Damn.
There you go. Sitting in the right place.
So Diaz, who
Camo
doubled
Giants
last
one
night,
would rock,
his first
probably.
time up, doubles his first time up today.
Everybody, welcome. Happy Saturday. We're chilling. He hit the ball and then it bounced out of bounds.
Rays only had
We got to
7
go to
hits
second
last
base.
night. It was a pitcher's duel, very rare.
So the Rays with a 2-out base runner. Joey Lucchesi has begun loosening up now in the Mets bullpen, just starting to do his long tossing and now getting up on the mound. So this will be a 1-inning stint for Drew Smith as he throws the cutter low and in to Joey Wendell, ball 1. Wendell had an opportunity to win the game last night for the Rays.
It's
Came up with the bases
Saturday.
loaded and 1 out in the 9th. Aaron Loop came in to strike him out. right before Brett Phillips got the 2-out game-winning hit.
Called third strike. Fastball right down the pipe.
Speaking of right down the pipe, that's
Damn,
where
96
Smith throws it.
miles
It's
per
1-1 to Wendell.
Hey Siri. 96 miles per hour
Casey
in
getting
kilometers.
ready for his bulk opportunity. Every time I use that phrase, I feel like,
On it.
he should be pitching at Costco or Sam's Club.
96 miles per hour is 154.5 kilometers per hour.
There's no effing way.
Slowly, Tony Wade
How
in the
the
shift,
do
and
you
a
throw a
big
ball that damn fast?
With Peraza playing back on the outfield grass of the shift.
54 kilometers, dear God.
Wendell hits it in the Bermuda
Lord.
Triangle and winds up with an infield single. Diaz to third.
You driving on the highway here. Someone throws that ball, it zooms past
There's
you.
your
My gosh.
defense. And that is the one weakness of that. But how many bleeders are hit? Even that's just because you couldn't bunt it better.
I mean, 4 guys equidistant from the ball and nobody close enough to make a play.
I thought that was Mazika up there for a minute.
Yeah, that's his specialty, but usually with the man on third. So here's
Damn.
Manuel Margot, the Met killer.
That's a fast ball.
He had the game.
No wonder they call it a damn
last night
fastball.
in the
Oh my
8th
gosh.
Among his 2 hits.
I'm from Canada, by the way. That's why I was like, miles per hour? I don't know
Margot
that.
now hitting 388
Conversion.
lifetime against the Mets.
Someone says, oh, is this Fahrenheit outside? And I'm like,
San Diego
cool.
Padres.
Doesn't mean anything.
Opportunity here in the first inning with 2
No
outs
idea.
and runners at the corners.
They say Fahrenheit's just like the percent it is that it's hot. That's the
There
easiest
goes
way to do it.
Wendell. The throw by Nino on a hot
Oh, the
pitch
ball
away
goes up.
from Peraza heading for the plate is Diaz, and he will score.
Damn! Tampa Bay making one guy's getting home. One guy got home.
A one-out
Tampa Bay
throw
with
by
one
Nino.
now.
Peraza couldn't handle it cleanly.
One
and
man
once
made
that
home.
ball hit the glove and bounced away.
2
Diaz headed
strikeouts.
home.
Well, I think Peraza.
And oh yeah, they're all wearing.
And it's a snap judgment.
Camo
the throw
hats.
was on the shortstop side of
kinda
the
cool.
bag. It's a good pitch to throw. And it's actually right on the bag, but a tough chance. It's a tough chance.
And it's the first run of the game brought to you by Resorts World, where New Yorkers play.
Damn,
Stole
that
the
was a good
base
play.
For Wendell, and then Diaz scores on the throwing
ball
error
going
by
up.
Nito. And now Margot pops
In
it
the
up,
air.
and Alonso under it to make
Caught.
the grab. But an unearned
And it's
run
the end
for
of the
Rays in the
first.
first inning.
It is now the end of the first. One man made home for Tampa Bay. That camo hat actually was pretty dope. Pretty cool. Speaking of camo, I'm wearing camo shorts right now. That I bought online. Amy's son is in the 90s miles per hour. That's nuts. That's absolutely insane. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, absolutely, like, it's like, my brain can't comprehend how someone can throw a ball that fast. Humans are nuts. I mean, consider the fact that whenever they're running, if the pitcher has the ball, or like, even when the players are running, the ball's going so much faster than them, it's nuts. It just zooms right past them. How can you throw a ball that quick? I don't know physics either. I almost failed physics in high school, so like, oh my gosh. Good Lord. It's crazy. 90s? Wait. Hey Siri. 100 miles per hour in kilometers.
On it.
I don't know what that is. She's taking a while because I'm on the Wi-Fi. And for some reason my Siri does not work over data. If anybody knows how to make your Siri
100
work over
miles
data,
per hour is 160.93 kilometers per hour.
You can't even legally drive that fast. Most. What? That's nuts. If anybody knows how to make Siri work on data, please let me know, because it is so annoying how my Siri doesn't work over data.
So
It does not, and I do not know why. I have enough data. I've tried to fix it. No way can I fix it.
We're on a board for James McCann.
So someone knows how. Please
McCann
enlighten
being
me.
called upon to be
It's
the
so
DH
annoying.
today, which is interesting.
It's like you're not
He's had
connected
some
to the
success in
internet. I'm like,
past against
it shouldn't have
lefties,
to
but
be
he's hitting just
for
200
Siri.
against them this year.
Well, your options, what are your options? Your bench is McNeil, who they want to rest, Mazika and Jake Hager, who they just put on the roster.
Hager was called up today. Khalil Lee sent down. Hager, an interesting guy, because he's been in the minor leagues for 10 years and was originally a first-round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays. So if he makes his debut in this series, it'll be with some emotion, you can be certain. Anyway, McCann DHing today. He's done it 31 times in his career, hit 192 as a DH with 2 home runs in those 31 games.
Yeah, like it makes no sense.
And McCann takes a changeup for a strike, and it's one. Jonathan VR, the on-deck batter. Both teams wearing the camo hats. Armed Forces Day this weekend.
Oh.
It's interesting how the Rays
It's Armed Forces Day. So
have
that's what they're wearing.
played 15 games. Around half their games against left-hand starters were the Mets. This is only the 6th game against a left-hand starter. And would that affect the hitters for lack of seeing lefties? Well, I think it depends on the hitter. I do feel with a pitcher like McClanahan, Gare, who's a power guy and throws hard, I think he would be an easier adjustment, or as opposed to getting a guy that throws a screwball, breaking ball, a little bit here, a little bit there, control pitcher, soft tossing left-hander. That might be.
Hey, what's going on, Dre?
Subtle right-handers.
How's it
in
going,
a
Dre?
line that hasn't faced a lot of lefties.
Oh,
That's
my
just
cat's
opinion.
sleeping. I'm scared she's gonna
Even
fall
got
off.
first
She's
base
so
slides
little.
as McClanahan does.
Well, it's all
And that's such
power.
a small
There's one
space that
speed
she's
we've
trying
seen
to sleep
so
on, but
far.
she's so precious. Just
Everybody
enjoying the
seems to
heat.
throw hard today. There's a lot more hard throwers in the game. There's no doubt about that. They're all like big sequoia trees out there in Northern California. They're giants.
Breaking ball hit down to third, knocked out by Wendell, but he has no play.
Damn.
And the Mets have runners safe at first and second. That'll be an infield hit from McCann. Wendell kept it from going down the line, but couldn't stop it cleanly.
If
And the
anything
Mets have the
happens,
first
I'm
two
just
men
going
on.
to like cut it
Two
out.
balls hit hard in the second inning. Well, we've seen Villar make these plays. That's a long hop. That's just a bit off the heel of his glove.
So a chance for Jonathan VR with 2 men on. The Rays pride themselves on their defense, but they made 2 errors last night, and they're a play not made. Came into the series tied for the fewest errors in the American League.
Well,
VR 1 for 4 last night at a 2-run homer, accounting for the Met runs, and he's turning to bunt, and he takes the pitch high.
Well, here's the home run last night that accounted. Mets are shut out without this pitch right here, this long ball by VR. It got out, but he got it. And maybe VR's bunting Gare because against left-handers this year, it's the only thing you can say. 1 for 14.
But you got the 8 and 9 hitters behind him. Now he pulls the bat back and slashes one down the right field side, foul. So after trying to bunt on the first pitch, he pulls the bat back on the second one. That's Who's Hot, brought to you by your Hyundai dealers. Last 11 games, VR getting the play every day, .391 on base percentage, throwing some terrific base running and defense, and he has really filled the bill for J.D. Davis.
Oh, he's just got good hands. That's why he's a good fielder.
Gets the bunt down, and McClanahan throwing a second, and they get the force there. That is very unusual.
That is
On a first and second bunt play for the pitcher to throw to second base, and they get the middle runner McCann 1-6 for the first out.
And I'll tell you the theory about that, and that was Whitey Herzog had that was one of our bunt plays. It keeps the double play in order. He almost threw it away. Oh, he just got down in time. But that was the play right there. I would love to. We don't have any. Our brilliant director has no say here. This is Tampa Bay's production. But we have one camera. But if you're going to have that play, the third baseman charges, the first baseman charges, and you're vacating third base, and you're throwing to second in the hopes of getting two, but not with a fast runner like VR. Catcher saying one, but McClanahan did the right thing. He had the play. But now it keeps the double play in order here.
Well, he also had the slower runner at first base in McCann, so he knew he had time there, and even with the high throw, they still got the out.
I just can't imagine a young pitcher who made his debut last year in postseason and only his fourth career start, 8th appearance of his young career, making an aggressive play like that. I think that was scripted.
Nito hitting at .227. He's got the tying run at third with one out. And he lifts one back to the screen foul, 1-2.
Tomas got off to a very slow start, much like Pilar and VR. Lack of playing time, very tough. But Louis done a good job giving Tomas playing time.
There goes the runner, the pitch inside, and a stand-up stolen base for VR, his third of the year. And that takes the double play out of order.
See, that's the one thing. Usually when you put that play on second base, you have a slow runner up at the plate and a chance to get two.
And now the Rays are going to bring their infield in with second and third with a 1-0 lead in the second inning. See more and more of this lately as Nito goes down on strikes, and that's the second out. Slider running it on his hands, and McClanahan has his fourth strikeout.
And we see more exercises in futility with runners on third and less than 2 outs. It's epidemic.
So now the Rays can drop back their infield with 2 out. And it's left to Jose Peraza, making his fourth start. And he takes a slider at the knees for a strike, 0-1.
Well, Peraza's got to feel very good about getting another start.
Jeff McNeil DH'd last night. Luis Rojas didn't feel as though he ran very well. And so they're giving McNeil the day off, in part because of that, and in part because of lefty
35-minute timer.
Drives one deep left field. That goes loud with a warning flag. It's out of here!
Damn! Home
His
run!
first home run as a New York Met, a 3-run shot. And the Mets go down 3-1.
35 minutes. Counting down.
Woo-hoo! New York had a rough start, but damn.
Well, Peraza getting another chance to start and takes advantage of it, his first home run of the season. And he gives the Mets the lead.
There's your slider and there's your hanger. And there's a veteran hitter right there, belt high. You don't do that to the veteran hitters. You were not out.
Oh shit! There was somebody at second base. There was someone at third base.
Home run all last year with the Red Sox, and now he's got
So that was like close to being a grand slam. Damn! Hey, Leedy, how's it going,
You
Leedy?
gotta have a bench.
Dude!
I mean, it's a cliche. It's our day, 25 to win. It takes 26 to win in today's game. You gotta have a bench. And when your bench picks you up like that, that's a big shot in the arm.
Well, last night it was VR hitting the 2-run homer for the Mets, only 2 runs. Today it's Peraza. That is the Mets' 24th home run this year. They have not been hitting many home runs, and when they've hit them, they've generally been with the bases empty or with a man on. That's the Mets' first 3-run homer of the season. 2-1 to Pilar.
So the young
I must have some hot tamales.
McClanahan throws his first hanger All of his sliders have been pretty spot on.
That was a perfect time to get a home run.
And he gets hurt.
I mean, the second home run he's allowed in his 4 big league starts.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, Monster Sports Entertainment. How you guys doing?
Pretty well. Back goes
I'm Molly.
to the warning track, and he
Just smash the thumbs up button on your way again.
Alarm making a bid.
Is now the middle of the second, going to the bottom of the second after the commercial break is over. Then I'll turn back on the audio and everything. Need I got my tickets for Raiders at Steelers week 2. Freaking lucky. I wish. When this whole like Panini Press is over, I want to go and be like, oh, I caught you, I got you, bud. Look, I caught you. You're okay, you're in Mummy's arms, I got you, you're safe. You're okay, bud, you almost fell, but I caught you. I know your heart's racing a million miles an hour. It's okay. It's okay, I got you. My goodness, here, sit on my lap, bud. She tried to jump over to me, but instead of jumping, she like stretched out to me. And she almost fell. Yeah, when this whole like panorama is over, I'm gonna be like, yo, uncle. What's going on, Kevin? We need to leave. We need to go. Like now. Yeah, Lady, you're not gonna go see Tommy in New England? That's a good point, Dad. Mom, will you go see your favorite person, Lady? Oh, you probably triggered him because he loves Tom Brady so much. Lady's favorite person is Tom Brady, if you guys didn't know. Like, he's like obsessed with Tom Brady. So is Amy. But Lady has a cardboard cutout that he sleeps with every night, so. By the way, I'm kidding. This is not, like, slander of him for legal reasons. Monster Man, F him and the Pats. I hope both teams lose. No, there isn't a commercial playing on the screen. You might be a little bit behind, because it's off. I had to take it off. Personally, I'd rather Tampa Bay. Buccaneers win. I just don't like the Patriots in general. I like Tom Brady better with Tampa Bay. I said it. And I'm a New York Giants fan. I like the Patriots.
Here. An unearned run against Smith in the first inning on a throwing error by Tomas Nido after he struck out the first 2 batters. First start of his major league career. Does it even count as a start? I mean, it's an open, right?
There
I
should
think
be
Tampa
some
Bay would
kind
win.
of designation.
Yeah, but
Like,
how
go
do you-
farther
how do you
than
do that?
the Patriots.
Because it's really, I mean, it's not a start. Well, it is a
And I
start.
hope that they
This
do.
messes up 150 years of history.
Hot
That's what they
tamales,
wanna
great
do.
for
They're
sharing.
rewriting the book. We're rewriting history. Joe Madden said a long time ago.
Well, it's new history.
Sharing,
There's a
sharing.
half swing and a miss and a cutter, and it's 2-2. I mean, it makes perfect
baby.
sense, right? If you've got a guy like Casey who you don't really trust to go more than twice through the batting order,
Yeah.
you get him to start off with the bottom part of the batting order, and that way he can get deeper into the game.
You know what I feel too, Gary? With the DH, and the Mets are carrying how many relievers? 9 strikeouts.
It's a high fastball, and Smith's got his 3rd strikeout.
Oh, Smith looks good. Got a good arm. 9 relievers. Is that what they got?
Hi, baby.
How are you
Want
going to
some
work them all
treats?
in? So this allows you.
Got some hard
it
treats? You don't get no
allows,
soft treats. You
Luis
get sick.
and obviously Drew Smith, and you can get him to get some innings and stay sharp.
Now
Everyone,
faced Zanino, who hit one out of sight last night.
this is my cat.
Got the Rays
Why is the
started
green
in
screen
8th
on,
inning,
you
a
bud?
450-foot bomb against David Peterson. It was Zanino's 8th home run of the year, and he takes a letter-high fastball for a strike.
She's completely
Zanino
just like
hitting
dead
just
weight in my
218, but his
arms.
slugging
Like she's just
percentage is
vibing.
.551.
Betty.
Generally, he either hits the ball into the ballpark or makes it out.
Is it
And
hot?
hits this
I
one
know
in
it's
the air
hot.
on the right side of the infield. Alonso is there to one-hand it, 2 out. So let's see if they make the pitching change here or let Smith face one more batter. Around the Majors brought to you by ShopRite, helping you get it together. Well, Jared Kelenick's second big league game, and he was ready. Had a home run his first time up and a couple of doubles. The former Met farmhand had himself a big night in the Mariners win. Sandy Alcantara got routed. Clayton Kershaw pitched very well, and the Dodgers beat the Marlins 9-6. And the Diamondbacks got a 5-hit game from Yan Gomes to bombard the Diamondbacks.
9-6.
Well, that's a day for Gomes.
So they're going to let Smith try and finish the inning against the left-hand batter, and Brett Phillips, last night's hero, takes up and away for ball 1.
It's not looking.
Yo, Brett Phillips looks like my old teacher.
So Casey
In
has sat
elementary
down
school.
in the bullpen now. And Smith throws a fastball by Phillips, and it's 1-1.
I tell you what, that's a good 94, 95 he's throwing. I mean,
Wanna
that
go over
ball
there?
got life on it, Garrett. I like his arm.
If Drew Smith stays healthy, he can be a big piece for this Mets bullpen, but health has always been the issue. Phillips lifts one to shallow center. Out goes Lindor to call all the way, and that retires the
And that-
1-2.
Is the end of the second inning. Smith strikes out the Rays. Shit. If you hear a noise like a fan, that's a fan. Okay, some of the things that come out of my mouth, I'm like shocked. I'm surprised myself. No, I like shock myself with the things that come out of my mouth. I'm a third-year university student. Like, I would say, if there's a noise of a fan, I moved my fan from my bedroom into here because it was so hot. Oh, there it is. Tampa Bay will be beating Pats. I agree. Oh yeah, I think Tom Brady will beat his own team. Old team. Guy's gonna be 44 in August. Really? Hey Siri. When's Tom Brady's birthday?
One moment.
Been playing the league since marriage of. He
You'll
needs to
need
give.
to unlock your iPhone first.
He has, yeah, because he was drafted in like 2000 or something, 2001. He's been playing basically
You
as
don't
long
have
as I've
Tom
been.
Brady's birthday listed in your
You don't have Tom Brady's birthday listed in your contacts. Like Tom Brady, my contacts. Just don't mind that.
Ball third strike, his first.
August
time up.
3rd? No way, his birthday's August 3rd.
And that slider running.
Is his birthday actually August 3rd?
Off and it's 0-2. Today's high-speed pitch comes from Nissan. Visit nissanusa.com. Sorry, Drew. 96 is good, but it's hard to beat.
His birthday's August 3rd? My birthday's August 4th.
Well, Smith's work for the day is likely
Damn.
done. Although
I have the same
there's
birthday as
nothing
Obama.
in the bullpen, but Lucchesi appeared to
And
be
Dylan
all
Cole
warmed
Sprouse.
up.
Well, you had plenty of
The
time.
last day.
Yeah.
Also known as Hail Satan.
Lindor, Conforto, and Alonso for the Mets in the third after Jose Peraza's 3-run homer gave them the lead. And Lindor lays off, and it's 1-2. There's Joey Lucchesi sitting next to bullpen coach Ricky Bonas. Ricky looks like he could go out and pitch today.
Really?
Swing and a miss. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and Lindor is struck out for the second time. 5 strikeouts now for McClanahan. And the first out in the third. Ricky was a pretty good pitcher with Milwaukee there for a few years. He's got a lot of tenure now in the bullpen for the Mets, and his bullpen guys had been doing a wonderful job until last night when they had a bit of a rough go. Here's Conforto's single to center his first time up.
I'm put the thing back on.
And he takes a fastball strike.
Michael having a tough time coming into the game, 5 for 25 against left-handers. And as we noted earlier, this is only the 6th game that the Mets have faced a left-handed starter. But certainly left-handed relievers are sprinkled in there as well in his 26 at-bats.
Shane McClanahan, originally drafted by the Mets out of high school. They took him in the 26th round. He opted to go to college, went to the University of South Florida. And he said the other day, he said he really owed it to the Mets for validating him by drafting him out of high school, and that he really felt a debt of gratitude to the Mets for that. Wound up being a first-round pick coming out of college. Good slider to get even on Conforto 2-2.
Oh, it looks. If you got a slider like that and a fastball like he's got, you're going to win. It's just a matter of being consistent. That was wicked.
Now you know why the Mets drafted him out of high school. Something like that. Would you be intrigued? 98 outside.
His mama didn't even want him.
He had Tommy John surgery his freshman year at South Florida, so it took him a while to establish himself, but he was an All-American by his sophomore year, and then a first-round pick by the Rays in 2018. And he strikes out Conforto.
Ooh, second strike.
And that's 6 strikeouts now for McClanahan.
Wow, that is the same.
And now you know why he has a 53% whiff rate against that slide.
And he takes a little off. It's a 90 mile an hour, Gare. So you're getting a 97, 98, 99 heater, which, you know, in a bat of an eyelash, you got to make a decision. And then he's throwing that slider that's got that break and taking 7 miles off. That's going to get you out in front. That was very impressive.
So 2 out and nobody on now. Alonso, who's been up 5 times in this series and struck out all 5 times. And he can't make contact with that curveball. It's 0-1.
Pete has had a tough run here in Tampa, his hometown.
His family was in the stands last night. It was his dad's birthday.
2 strikeouts for New York.
I'm sure they're back there today, hoping for a better day
And
for Pete.
Alonso
And he smashes this
is at
one
bat.
deep
Oh,
left field.
damn.
That goes
Did you just get a home run?
up, and it's out of here.
Home run for the New York Mets to bring them up 1 for a total of 4. Damn.
That's over. And he does it in the ballpark where he grew up.
During these streams, if you take a shot every single time I say damn in the first like 10 minutes, you'll be plastered.
A birthday present from Pete, and it's 4-1 New York.
Now, Pete remains positive and unfazed. 5 straight strikeouts in this series, but he still takes a rip. And you make a mistake, you're rubbing up a new one. And here, another slider hanger, almost identical to Peraza.
He knew it off the bat. That ball was there on a tee, and he made no mistake. He had gone 15 games without hitting a home run. Up the middle, and Dom Smith sneaks one through for a base hit. So Dom is 2 for 2.
So that's 3 straight hanging sliders that this McClanahan has thrown.
McClanahan.
There's a hanger right there. You're lucky he didn't lift that one.
So McClanahan, who has been living with his slider, dying by the slider so far today.
It's
damn, he slid
with your pitches, Gare.
Kyle Snyder, the Rays pitching coach, out to talk to his young left-hander. There's no action on the Tampa Bay bullpen.
No one can say that man doesn't fight for his damn team. Oh my gosh.
He'll be on the pitch in the bottom of the 3rd.
Looks like he slid like 10 feet.
You always get away with a bad location on your fastball if you're throwing hard, but the breaking ball, because you see the difference when you throw a spinner up there, it's 90, 89. It's a hitter. It's on a tee. Watch the pitchers react. He knows. Yeah, well.
Only the glove knows what he said.
That's right.
6 hits now for the Mets against McClanahan.
When the pitcher pitched it,
And now McCann, who had an infield hit
that's
his
what the
first
pitcher
time
does.
up. With Smith
when the
at
pitcher
first
threw
and
the
2
ball
out.
and then he hit the
And
ball,
that trickles away from Zunino, but not far enough.
and
for
the
Dom
batter
to
hit the
make
ball. I
move.
don't know who it was.
Now all of a sudden, McClanahan is throwing one more 3/4.
McClanahan, the pitcher, put his glove in his
fastball was
like
sinker.
face, and he just like
It's not what
he realized
about.
what he did was wrong. He's like,
McClanahan's
damn, I
given up
threw him
only
like a
one
perfect
home run
pitch.
through his
Damn
first
it.
3 starts. He's already given up 2 today.
He's like,
And he sails that fastball outside. It's 2-0.
I'm sorry, these hot tamales are busting.
And now 3-0.
He's really fighting himself now. You see his reaction.
Jonathan VR would be next. McClanahan's averaged about 3 walks per 9 innings so far this year. Hasn't
James
walked a
McCann
batter
at
yet
bat
today.
for New York.
First time he's been behind 3-0. And McCann takes it low, ball 4, and the inning continues. First walk for McClanahan, and now there are 2 on for VR.
It's a walk. Ooh! Let's get a home run here, baby.
So McClanahan has struck out the first 2 in the inning, now just trying to survive.
Well, he's on his own right now. The pitching coach has already been out, so he's got to find his own way out of the forest here.
Nobody throwing in the bullpen, so they want him to get through this inning. VR bunted into a fielder's choice his first time up. And he takes a fastball low for ball 1.
Look at the miles per hour now. He's really backing off.
My cat's so
He's
cute.
missed with 5 straight after the Dom Smith base hit.
He's been jolted by the Mets.
It's only his 4th big league start. And there's a better break.
Remember the bat catcher like goes to do something with his hands? It looks like he's scratching his balls.
VR
I'd
just 1
say
for 15 as a right-hand batter this year.
That was one of those moments where I didn't think. I
He's
just
at
said it.
271 from the left side.
Although I should have thought and kept that to myself, but it's fine.
And he gets a breaking ball, bounces it slowly. McClanahan sets and fires.
Damn,
And gets it
ouch.
to end the inning. But the Mets had a run on the Pete Alonso home run at least.
Ouch! We're not going into the bottom of the 3rd once this commercial break is over. We're gonna go with the bottom of the 3rd. A lot of that was not words, but it's okay. Damn, 3 times in 3 minutes. Really? I don't even realize I do that. Oh no. I don't even realize I do that. Oof. Damometer off the charts. I told you within the first 10 minutes, if you take a shot every single time I say damn, you will be like blacked out in the first 10 minutes. With a hot tamale, they're making my tongue tingle. I mean, yeah, kind of in the name. Hot tamales, not just a clever name. Also, if y'all want to know, you guys don't want to know. Nobody asked. Also, the commercial is on. After the commercial break, the bottom of the 3rd is going to be starting. 20 feels like 20 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. 68 is currently 68 degrees Fahrenheit. or 20 degrees Celsius. That is hot. That is very hot. Very, very hot. I'm in Canada, so that's hot for me. We are used to winter for like 8 months.
Went 2 scoreless innings. Today, Drew Smith, 2 innings, an unearned run. Mike Ross first to face Lucchesi, and he takes a fastball for a strike. Joey, in that relief outing against Arizona a week ago, threw his fastball more frequently than he had in any appearance this year. He threw his fastball 75% of the time. Fewer curves, more fastballs, and it worked for him. Brasso 0 for 3 last night, and he's 0 for his last 11. Hitting 9th in the order today, and he takes the curve high, and it's a ball and a strike. Randy Arozarena on deck, and then Brandon Lau for the Rays.
Well, Lucchesi was impressive with his fastball inside all spring training, Gary, against the right-handers. Much like what Peterson did last night as well.
How do you like that glove, Keith?
Oh, I didn't. That was
Blue glove with the orange laces?
Well, that's uniform, so I like that.
I mean, that's outstanding.
I do like it.
Not sure I've seen another player with a blue and orange glove like that.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty nice glove, I will not lie.
Uniform on, stay with the
It's a
color.
blue, it's like a cobalt blue glove with
orange
like
and
pumpkin
blue
orange
glove.
laces.
I like it.
Wow.
Does he have Joey Fuego on the glove?
Oh, that means.
Does.
Oh.
That's his nickname, Joey Fuego.
Which is obviously New York's colors.
He
But it looks
brings
really
fire.
nice, actually.
And a curve. And did Brasso go? He did for strike 3. So Brasso is a strikeout victim, and that's how Lucchesi's afternoon
Strikeout
begins.
Did we do the
on the
umpires
first
here?
I don't believe
batter
it is. That's Gabe Morales behind the
for
plate
Tampa Bay.
today.
That's what I thought. I should be Bill Miller at first that made the call.
Crew chief. Not much of a swing by Brasso.
Well, a little bit of a break of the wrist there.
That's a maybe. Bill Miller at first, Doug Eddings at second, Brian Knight at third, with Gabe Morales calling the balls and strikes. Randy Arozarena comes up empty on the fastball.
Ooh.
Arozarena struck out against Drew Smith his first time.
Well, of course, everybody wants the Rays are showing the motion because he's got such a unique motion. And with today's game where everybody is spit out of a computer dart throwers, Lucchesi is anything but that.
There is nothing conventional about Joey Lucchesi. Not his motion and not his favorite pitch. This one's popped up on the left side. And VR grabs
And
it.
caught.
2 down.
Hey Keith, I had a question for you about
2
that
outs
motion.
on
You
Tampa Bay.
said that as a hitter, it would give you some fits to face a guy that has that unique of a motion, but at the same time, you said that some of the hesitation that Marcus Stroman has incorporated in the past,
Lucchesi?
that would throw you off. What is the
Pitching
difference
for
between
him?
those two for you as a hitter?
Because Stroman, when he's hesitates, it's long before he releases the ball. Lucchesi's all, we used to call it, I won't describe one adjective, I can't say it on the air. I'll say blanking elbows. And as a hitter, I was a rhythmic hitter. So I liked the nice, beautiful, sweet motion because I'd get right in the boat together, rocking with the calm sea. But with
Strike him out, strike him out! Shit.
Grounded on the right side.
Oh,
Alonso
perfect.
taking himself,
Ouch.
and that retires
Whoop,
the
whoop.
side.
I would have.
That is now the end of the third. When the commercial break is over, we'll be going into the fourth. The top of the fourth. Yeah, Lucchesi's glove is really nice. I really like that. The blue with orange laces. Oh, pretty nice. Mm-hmm. 10 more minutes and I gotta zoom out of here for like 2 minutes. I don't know what that was. zombie rock. Alright, cool. When the commercial break is over, we're going into the fourth. Usually I rub the chapstick, but this chapstick is like kind of a softer chapstick, and if I do that, I'm just gonna like smear it everywhere.
Leads off against McClanahan.
Hangers are not T-ball here. T-ball's sitting there on a tee. It's still it's BP.
T-ball's for
Shane,
7-year-olds, right? So for big
Oh, what the-
leaguers, that's the equivalent
What the
of T-ball.
frick going on here? Where did you go?
Nito struck out his first
Where did you
time.
come
It's
from? Where did you go?
McClanahan's glove that deflects right to the second
Where'd you come
baseman
from?
Brasso, who throws him out.
Cotton Eye Joe.
1-4-3 put out for the first down.
Shane McClanahan pitching
Oh, he got a smile on his face.
for the Rays.
That's a good thing. Like he's recovered from his thrashing he got the second and third inning.
Please stay in one spot. Thank you.
And that would have been a base hit. Tough break for Nito.
So now Jose Peraza, who hit his first home run as a Met, a 3-run shot
It
his
will
first
load in a
time up.
moment.
Now McClanahan now is getting, you notice that fastball is more running away from lefties flat, staying on the same plane, which means he is letting go of the ball more 3/4 and over the top.
Jose Peraza is at bat. I'm probably mispronouncing these names.
Look at that. Change up.
It's a change up and it's 0-2.
I did not know he had that. So if this young man could command all three of those pitches, Gary, I think he's got a chance to be a pretty good one.
He's mixing his curveball as well. He's thrown a few of those. So he's got the stuff. The question is whether he can command it consistently. Popped up on the right side and foul ground, tracked by Diaz. And that's the second out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Mets and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Mets.
Gary, tomorrow I know you got to read that long dissertation there. I'll read it for you tomorrow.
But
give you a break.
I can have the audio of it.
Keith, all contributions are
Legally, I can have the
appreciated.
audio of it.
As I said, you can say anything once. Here's Kevin Pillar, who struck out and flied out.
Now there's a good slider.
Two
Leading
outs
off
already
for
on
just
New
the
York.
second time this year. The first time came on opening day.
And all of a sudden now he's kind of like he was all jazzed up after that striking out the side in the first inning, and he got sent back down to earth.
He's mixing his pitches much better now.
Yes, he's pitching. Yeah. That was another good slider. Pillar's going up. Where's the one? Where's that hanger you threw? Those other two guys.
McClanahan has gone exactly 4 innings in each of his first 3 starts this year, trying to finish off the 4th inning today.
Most baseballers all have chains.
And
Like, I've
Pillar
always
pops it
noticed
up
that,
into
like-
shallow right. Who's going to get it?
Most of you play baseball, they always have like a nice gold chain.
Diaz makes the catch.
It's a second baseman's ball. Better angle, but
It is now the end of the top of the 4th, so now when the commercial break is over, we're going to be going into the bottom of the 4th. What's up, 23KC? How you doing? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Alright, there we go. I have to exit that out because advertisements start to play, and we ain't trying to get no copyright, so I gotta leave that. Me, usually baseball is wear gold chain, as I'm wearing like this like baseball t-shirt thing that I've never worn. This has never been worn, but I've had it in my closet for in my drawer for probably many years now, because I was like, I'm gonna wear it someday. This is the day. Also, my other one too. I can see the word, but I can't say it. Toronto Blue Jays. Oh my god. As well. So that shirt too. And I'm wearing. It's not real gold. I don't know. I don't know. But like this thing, like is hella good quality. It's not real gold, but it's hella good quality. Whatever it is. There's a little heart and an M on it. And I never take it off. Arugas, Grill House, and Sports Bar. It was just an advertisement.
We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Mets with a 4-1 lead thanks to home runs by Jose Peraza and Pete Alonso. Drew Smith went the first 2 innings as the opener. Joey Lucchesi pitched a 1-2-3 third, and now he'll face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Rays order. Yandy Diaz had an opposite field double and scored the only Tampa Bay run in the first. And he smashes a fastball foul, 0-1.
Everyone's running and fighting for the ball.
Yandy Diaz playing first base today. The Rays activated their regular first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. Choi has yet to play this year, coming off knee surgery in the preseason. And that's a big piece for them back in their lineup. Choi, not only a solid left-hand hitter, but a really good first baseman. They can move a lot of people around. Diaz plays first, but he also plays third.
What's there to drink the booze variety?
Wendell plays multiple
beer,
positions, so they've got some.
A little bit of my wine.
And the chirp sits high, 2-1 to Diaz.
Salted caramel Baileys.
They did so effectively last year en route to the American League pennant. Wendell on deck, and then Margot.
Something with vodka. So you could do like some sort of poppin' vodka, cream soda vodka.
And
I don't know.
Diaz takes the chirp for a strike, and it's 2-2.
Joey
something
right
with
now
rum.
is not really getting on top of the curve. I'll call it a curve.
I don't know.
I know you don't like chirp.
Okay, I got go zoom. So I gonna zoom quick.
See, he's up with it. He's missed high out of the strike zone. He's just not getting on top. And what did he say? Pull that shade? Did he still use that term? I doubt it.
Three-2 coming to Diaz, and he fouls back the fastball.
It's a good 3-1 fastball right there. Knee high outside corner, running away.
Yes, that was a flag.
Coming in.
And he missed a little low ball 4. And so the Rays have a leadoff base runner in the fourth.
I like that pitch selection right there after all those bad breaking balls and a fastball away to come in with 2 strikes. Just missed low.
So now Joey Wendell who had an infield hit in the first inning. A very slowly hit ground ball that was hit amongst the infielders in the shift. 52.7 miles an hour on that infield hit. 52.7, Keith.
That's why he beat it out.
That's right. If he did it 54, it would have been an out.
I bet you I had a bucket full of those over my career.
52.7s?
Oh,
because of your blinding speed getting down the line?
Oh, my bleeders. I got bleeders here and there.
Left-handers have so much of an advantage beating those balls out, too. You know? Slash down the left field line. That's a fair ball going into the corner. Diaz goes to third. He'll be held there. Wendell in at second base with an opposite field double. And the Rays are in business, second and third, and nobody out.
That was a bullet. This is called cut and slash. Down the middle, ball you could pull, and he was going up the middle, and that is just slashing it down that third base line.
So just like that, the Rays will get the tying run to the plate with Manuel Margot, who popped up his first time up. That's with a 3-run lead. He'll play the infield back. Second and third, nobody out. Margot takes the chirp for a strike, 0-1.
There's the curve. Down, chirp. Got it down there.
Those are the ridiculous numbers for Margot against the Mets, including 2 hits last night. He had the game-tying double in the 8th inning against Trevor May. Fastball up and in, ball and strike. Margot had a really good postseason for the Rays last year. He had 5 home runs in the postseason and batted .276 over their 4 series. And that one just missed low, 2-1. Rays had to do more work in the postseason than anybody had ever done before with that wild card series. They survived that, beat the Yanks in the division series, beat the Astros in the LCS, and then went 6 games with the Dodgers before succumbing. And a foul tip that's held by Nito, and it's 2-2.
90-mile-an-hour fastball, but it rushes up on the hitters. I've seen so many hitters, particularly the right-handers, take the fastball, and so he is sneaky. That fastball sneaks up on you.
Diaz at third, Wendell at second with nobody out. Lucchesi could use a strikeout. 2-2 to Margot. And it's pulled on the ground toward the hole indoors. Going to throw off balance to first. Not on target. A run comes home. It's an infield hit for Margot to cut the Mets lead to 42.
All bases loaded.
Wendell smartly held at second on the play.
Oh,
if he had gone, Lindor would have had a play on him at third.
Well, he could have. That's a good angle right here. You can watch him right here, and once he throws, he can walk to third base, Gary.
Yeah.
But he's thrown off. Now go. And there's no way you're going to get him at third.
He was aware, had his eye on him the whole way.
Hey Siri.
You're probably right.
I know I'm right here.
Hey Siri.
Confidence is important.
27-minute timer.
On the field and in the broadcast booth.
1 moment.
So now Adames, still nobody out, tying runs on base for the Rays. And Adames hits him hard up the middle for a base hit. Wendell up to hold up, he goes to third, but he'll be waved in anyway. On to third goes Margot. And now Margot trying to score a little late of the plate.
Damn! Tampa Bay tying it up. Holy shit!
Margot never stopping, coming around third. Waved home by Ronnie Linares, the third base coach, and he scores from first base on the double by Adames, and the game is even 4-4.
Fastball down the middle, ripped by Adames. Let's see the throw here. The throw's a rainbow. That's what, and overthrew the cutoff man. And look at Linares all the way 3/4 of the way down the line. That's just good third base coaching. Yep. Take that.
So 3 runs are home for the Rays in the 4th. Nobody out. Jeremy Hefner out to talk to Lucchesi. Sean Reed Foley will get to work in a hurry in the Mets bullpen. So after Lucchesi pitched very well as the bulk guy his last time out, and he had a good first inning today. A leadoff walk and 3 straight hits have cost him 3 runs. Here's that play again.
Oh, I want to see the throw from Pilar here. There's the third base coach coming down the line. Now more. Oh, he overthrew Lindor.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Peraza was right there to back him up.
Yes, but still, that's 10 feet behind him, Gare. Oh, boy. And he moved pretty quick, Mr. Linares. Terrific coaching right there.
And now Mike Zunino with the go-ahead run at second.
Stop! Oh my God!
With balloons up high for ball 1.
The thing of the theory behind, the runner, that runner, the back runner that scored, which was Margot, he has to rely on his coach, the plays behind him. You can keep telling him to go because that makes the runner feel he has a chance to score. You'll bust, and you can always hold him up.
Fastball just missed inside. It's 2-0 to Zunino, who popped up his first time up. See Zunino's numbers against lefties. Hit a home run against a lefty last night. And Zunino pops this one up. Alonso coming toward the dugout. And he slowly one makes the catch. And holding at second is Adonis. That's the first down of the inning.
Not getting a runner over right there.
He had trouble on a pop-up against that fabric roof last night. He stayed with this one.
He comes thundering in here, and it's just a little bit too late of a look, but he was able to right the ship.
So that's one big out against a tough hitter for a left-hander to face, and now Lucchesi gets the left-hander Phillips, who popped up his first time up. Phillips had the walk-off hit last night, and did an imitation of his little airplane ride that he did in the World Series. Didn't get quite as far into the outfield as he did when he had that walk-off against the Dodgers in Game 4 of the World Series. I mean, that one technically wasn't a walk-off hit, right? Because he got the hit, and then the winning run scored on an error.
Right.
But the one last night was a clean hit,
Yes.
driving the winning run.
Yes.
But, you don't get to celebrate the same in a May game that you do in a World Series game in October. For Phillips in that World Series, that was his only at-bat, which made it even more special. He had been kind of shunted aside. I don't think he was even on the roster for the League Championship Series. And then he had just the one at-bat in the World Series, and it turned out to be the most memorable play. Lucchesi battling himself here in the 4th. He's thrown 21 pitches in this inning. Still only 1 out. And Phillips slashes that one foul, 2-2.
Suck my dick.
Fred Phillips, Tampa area kid, grew up in Seminole, Florida. Played on a couple of travel teams with Pete Alonso growing up. Mike Brasso, the number 9 hitter on deck. Sean Reed Foley all warmed up if needed. And Lucchesi gets the curve over to strike out Phillips for the second out.
Well, he's just frozen there.
And that's going to be it for Lucchesi. They're going to bring in the right-hander to face Brasso. So Lucchesi goes just an inning and 2/3. And the Mets will go to their 3rd pitcher of the day here in the 4th inning. Lucchesi out, Reed Foley coming in, 4-4 in the 4th. We'll be right back.
It's Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. Right now, save up to $500 on our top-rated brands when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Hurry into...
Everything's going wrong. I run around, I'm trying to rush, I'm trying to do things. And all of a sudden, beer is exploding everywhere. There's beer exploding everywhere. Everything in the fridge is freezing for some reason when it's not even on like the coldest setting. And I'm like, how are things freezing in the fridge? The pickles frozen. The pickles were completely frozen. I was like, why are the pickles frozen? I don't even know how the pickles froze. We are now at the end of the fourth. We're still in the bottom of the fourth. Holy crap.
Today. He's been slumping. Well, back for Mike Grosso to give them a left-handed bat against Reed Foley.
I like this move by Kevin Cash. I have a couple friends down here, a couple good knowledgeable baseball friends down here in Tampa, and they say that Kevin Cash is an excellent manager.
Meadows was 0 for 4 last night. Bats here with the go-ahead run at second and 2 out. Reed Foley sails the first pitch to the backstop, and over to third goes Adames. A very wild pitch by Sean Reed Foley on his first offer.
So, Garrett, the little things that won't be in the paper tomorrow is they had that double with nobody out, and they didn't get him over. That would have been a run. Those are the little things. If they were able to get him over.
Reed Foley with that familiar squat as he takes his side. Another guy with a blue glove. No orange laces, though. Oh, that's ripped into right field. A base hit.
Wow.
To raise the lead. Adames scores.
Tampa Bay, what the frick?
Meadows with a pinch hit RBI double. And Tampa Bay has come from 3 runs down. They've scored 4 runs in the 4th inning, and they lead 5-4.
Tampa Bay has scored 4 runs in the 4th inning.
On the not driving in runs, and there's how many hanging breaking balls have we seen get tattooed today?
Well, that was another one.
Yes, sir.
So Meadows, who had been struggling, gets the pinch hitting assignment in the 4th inning. It turns out to be the right move for Kevin Cash.
Even if he didn't get a base hit, Gary, was the right move. Got a 4-man bench today, they do.
So now Rosarena, the 8th man up in the inning, and he takes a fastball for a strike. And
that kind of closes the book on Lucchese right there.
Reed Foley's velocity significantly down. He was throwing 93, 94 when we saw him a couple of weeks ago. Not hitting that figure right now. And that one's lashed into right field. A base hit for Rosarena. Meadows around third heading home. But Fordo's throw to the plate is not in time. It's a 5-run inning for Tampa Bay. Randy Rosarena with his first hit of this series. And it's 6-4 Rays.
5-run inning for Tampa Bay.
Like the pitcher we saw a couple of weeks ago.
Well, this Tampa team, it's a fastball away. They're going with the pitch. Look at that, wide open spaces on the right side of the infield. Why would you want to throw away? You know, if you're going to leave the whole right side of the infield open, I mean, you got to pound in.
Dang.
5 runs on 5 hits in this inning for the Rays. First 4 runs charged to Lucchesi, the last one to Reed Foley. And now Brandon Loud, the 9th man up. 0 for 2 so far today.
So this is an explosion for Tampa here.
Last night they were shut out for the first 7 innings, and they rallied to win late. They scored 9 against the Yankees in the last game of their series on Thursday, but they had scored just 9 in the previous 5 games before that. So they have taken liberties in this inning, starting with a leadoff walk to Yandy Diaz, who's now on deck. It's on Reed Foley to get through this inning. There's nobody up behind him in the Mets bullpen. Remember how he was working with his fastball up in the zone in his first 2 appearances, had a lot of life. Haven't seen that yet. Rosarena can run. He's got 4 stolen bases this year without being caught. Day. Reason for the camo hats. Ball to strike to Lau. Final line on Lucchesi. He goes an inning and 2/3, allows 4 runs on 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. So the last time Lucchesi started, working an opener and bringing him in as the bulk guy, worked out fine. The opener worked okay today, too. Drew Smith gave up an unearned run in his 2 innings, but Lucchesi got thrashed here in the 4th. And Reed Foley's pouring some gasoline on it. And that's in the air to left. Standing his ground is Dom to make the catch. That retires the side, but 9 Rays came to bat.
Under the 4th now. That was a long inning. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was like, The record for most runs scored by a team in a single inning is 18, set by the Chicago White Stockings, now the Chicago Cubs, against the Detroit Wolverines on September 6, 1883. The modern-day record is 17, achieved by the Boston Red Sox against the Detroit Tigers on June 18th, 1953. That's a lot of points in an inning. Oh, Tripper. Are you hot? No, it's hot. That's a lot. 17, 18 points in an inning. That's a lot of runs. Wouldn't that basically be them going through like everyone? That's pretty cool. That's nuts. Top of the 5th coming up. For Tampa Bay, Shane McClanahan is pitching. And first up at bat is Francisco Lindor for New York.
Homer Pete Alonso. Mets out a 4-1 lead. That's gone now. 6-4 Tampa Bay as we start the 5th. Francisco Lindor leads off against Shane McClanahan and takes a strike. Austin Meadows stayed in the game in left field after pinch hitting. There he is. And Brandon Lau moves from left field to second base. And Lindor fouls one off, and it's 0-2. Francisco's been up twice, struck out both times. He struck out 3 times last night as well. So 0 for 6 in this series with 5 punch-outs.
Gives him 20 strikeouts on the young season.
And he goes down swinging again, this time on the back foot slider. And that is strikeout number 7 from McClanahan. 3rd time he's gotten Lindor.
Strike 1.
So McClanahan working
Strikeout 1 for New York.
Than he ever has in the big leagues.
On the top of the 5th.
First time he's gotten it out in the 5th inning. And starts it with a strikeout. And now he'll take on Conforto. You know, I'm not a superstitious guy, and I don't know how superstitious Francisco Lindor is. As Conforto whacks one to center, but right at Phillips for the 2nd out. But if I were, you know, somebody who was superstitious and I went to the green hair last night and I was 0 for 7 with 6 strikeouts, I would think about going to a different color.
Well,
oh, hey, hon, do we have any polyurethane?
I don't know why they all of a sudden went to a commercial. Apparently there's technical difficulties because the screen is completely green. Oh, there we go.
of course it would.
Here's Alonso hit a home run his last time up. And he hits this one in the air to right center. Moving over is Margot to get it. And then retires the side. Quick inning from McClanahan after getting the lead. Halfway through in St. Pete. 6-4 Rays.
Oh, hey, hon, do we have any polyurethane?
Who is in charge of these damn commercials? I don't know what's going on because of the commercial right now. Maybe they're having technical difficulties. So the commercial. So it's commercial break. My cat's so freaking cute. I'm gonna have to give her some nice cold water when I get up next. Which is gonna be in 8 minutes. I'm gonna have to go grab the laundry.
Rays in-game box score brought to you by Spectrum Mobile. Save up to 40% at SpectrumMobile.com. 5-run 4th inning for the Rays has them on top 6-4. Yandy Diaz led off in the 4th. He leads off in the 5th and takes a slider off the plate from Sean Reed-Foley. Diaz walked to start the 4th, and that began the cascade against Joey Lucchesi and Sean Reed-Foley. Diaz has been on base twice with a double and a walk. He scored 2 runs, and he fouls this one away, and it's 1-1. Before today, the last 9 games, the Mets had not given up more than 4 runs in any game. That's how good their pitching had been. But the bullpen let one slip away last night, and 6 runs on the board for Tampa Bay today. And Diaz bounces that slider foul, and it's 1-2. Joey Wendell on deck, and then Manuel Margot. Reed-Foley gave up back-to-back hits to start his tenure in this game. Came into a tie game in the 4th. 4 runs charged to Lucchesi and 1 to Reed-Foley in that 5-run 4th. Diaz flies one foul down the right side, and that'll go out of play. What the?
It's actually, it's in play.
Well, it hit the.
It was a bet, Karen.
It hit the bench, I guess. But you know, we're 1,500 miles away, so how can we know for sure? 1-2 coming, and Diaz lines that one up the middle for a base hit.
Boy, now I tell you what, these bullets are basically off hanging sliders today. It's been a hanging slider day.
Let's go to TV Hawks 2 and Steve Gelb. Steve?
Well, Gary, the last time we saw Sean Reed Foley, we talked about where he got his signature squat from his ex-teammate Jordan Romano. Well, did you see this the other day? There's Jordan Romano doing that squat, and Vlad Jr. behind him mimicking.
This should refresh. I don't know why it's not. There we go.
We're at first base.
That's how you get your quad work in. Joey Wendell is 2 for 2 today.
Bottom of the 5th. Sean Reed Foley is pitching, and Joey Wendell is at bat for Tampa Bay.
It's been a rough beginning for Reed Foley. 4 batters faced, 3 hits allowed. Tommy Hunter getting up in the Mets bullpen. And Wendell whacks one foul, and it's 0-2. The Rays came into the day 11th in the American League in on-base percentage and 14th in slugging percentage. But they're having themselves an offensive day today, and Tommy Hunter getting ready as fast as he can. And Margot on deck, 0-2 to Wendell. And he takes a call, third strike. Fastball on the outside corner. It's Wendell for the first out of the inning.
Good strike on the outside corner.
The longest game in Major League history in terms of time was played on May 8th and 9th in 1984 in Chicago. The Milwaukee Brewers and Chicago White Sox played 17 innings on May 8th before the game was suspended with the score 3-3. They just gave up. They were like, you know what? No, this is enough. So they have there's certain rules now where if it goes past a certain point.
Shane McClanahan has already gone deeper into this game than he has in any of his prior Major League starts. So I don't know if he's done or whether they're just preparing for him to be done. And there's a slider swung and missed by Margot, 1-1.
Looks like Reed Foley's kind of feeling a little more comfortable starting an inning as opposed to coming in with runners in base. And I see a lot of relievers, inherited runners are such an important stat. And then getting that first out when you come in, when there's to put out the fire.
We saw with Trevor May last night. First time all year he'd come in with a runner on base. And he allowed that inherited runner to score that time the game in the 8th.
We got away from that in baseball, Garrett. Didn't it start with Tony La Russa, where he would use a relief pitcher for an inning and have maybe 4 relievers? And I know for sure that Bobby Cox did in Atlanta.
Well, I mean, there was a time when your best reliever would come in with men on base in the 7th and then finish the game, but those days are long past. Fly ball will hit to center. Back goes Pilar to the warning track.
Oh, nice catch by New York.
So the Met killer Margot coming up a little bit short that time, and that's a long second out.
2 outs on Tampa Bay at the bottom of the 5th.
I don't know if Margot always has a smirk on his face.
Second and third base empty.
Quite the same way as he does when he's facing the Mets. But he always seems like he's enjoying himself when the Mets are in town. Here's Willie Adames, who tied the game with a 2-run double in the 4th and then came home with the go-ahead run. And he hits the slider foul, 0-1.
Ooh, skate save.
Rosarena can do it all. Big postseason home runs, some great dance moves, and hockey goaltending in his spare time. Three infielders on the left side against Adames. The slider sits high, ball a strike. Adames this year against non-fastballs is hitting .087.
Oh, you were going to take a
He
photo
loves
of
to
you.
hit fastballs and he loves to hit them in the air.
Joke's on you, I'm taking a photo of you anyways.
Rays offense has been making solid contact all day, but for the season, they are the lowest contact team in the majors. They contact is 69% of their swings.
Lead the majors in strikeouts with 424 coming in today's ball game.
And they hit the third most fly balls of any team in
Hey,
baseball.
bud.
So
Oh, both
it's
of
clear
you.
what
You're
they
laying
are
on
trying
both
to
of
do.
your
They're trying to
hands.
hit home
Oh,
runs.
you're really comfy.
I mean, they're 10th in batting average, 7th in runs, 11th in home runs, 14th in slug, 11 in on-base percentage as far as ranking. It's not
I
a
gotta get the
juggernaut.
laundry. I'll be right back.
So G-Man Choi there in the dugout just rejoined the Rays today, got activated before the game. And a swing and a miss, and Reed Foley with a big
Perfect.
right, strikes it.
Perfect timing. Commercial break. It's a commercial break. There we go. Oh, honey, are you hot? I'll brush you later, bud. There we go. I was just thinking to myself, I'm drinking so much water. I'm not eating. And then I just stood up, my body's like, ha! So funny.
Hitters. We'll be right back.
It's Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. Right now, save up to
but they do rely heavily on their bullpen, and it has been a big strength for them. Grounded down to third, foul ball. Randall fielded it, but it was ruled foul by Brian Knight, the third base umpire, and McCann will come back with a 2-2 count.
Kittredge is one of those pitchers that when he goes into
Famed attorney
his
investigating
motion,
Carol Baskin's missing first
taps
husband, Don
the
Lewis.
glove
Love that.
with the ball, and you got to be careful that you do that for every pitch, because that would be if you did it for fastball and not for breaking ball or vice versa, that would be Wichita lineman. It would be telegraphing gear.
Oh, Jacob deGrom does it. It seems to work out okay for him. Greg Maddux did it. He won 355 games.
Yep.
So
it's just something that's unique and different. Doesn't happen too often.
McCann gets jammed and fouls it back.
Very closed up stance there, I guess, on the stretch. And there's those socks again.
Camo socks to go with the camo hats. And the slider in for a call, third strike. Little front door slider.
2
from
outs
Cambridge to get
for
McCann
New
for
York.
the second out.
2 outs on New York. Top of the 6th. Everybody, welcome. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's doing well.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Jonathan VR, who is 0 for 2, bunted into a fielder's choice, and then with 2 men on in the third, hit a comebacker. Hi, Joey Wendell. See, that's one of those things where it's the Rays telecast choosing the shots, and they just randomly showed a shot of Joey Wendell, which meant that the Rays broadcasters were probably talking about Joey Wendell.
Right.
I mean, we do that on our broadcast. If we're talking
Joe
about
Zark
a
says he has
particular player,
prostate
then our
cancer. Yeah, I heard
people
about
and
that.
Our director will show a certain shot.
They should.
Now, we don't know why they were talking about Joey Wendell. But he's a good player. Play a lot of different places for you.
I remember
Got a couple of hits today.
I remember when I first started, Joey. When I first started in this, and I was learning, Bill Webb, our late director, who taught me so much, and but
Hi, baby. Oh, that's such a big yawn for such a little girl. Hi, honey.
he was a very forceful director. He told me, "Now you got to follow the camera."
That is the end of the top of the 6th. It's currently the middle of the 6th, and it is currently a commercial break. I'm gonna get the laundry after. I'm gonna get myself some water, and I'm also gonna get my cat some water. Hey, bud. I'm gonna get you some fresh water. Oh, I'll get you some nice, fresh, cold water. Get you some nice, fresh, cold water. Oh, you're just sitting there patiently waiting for me to be done for your water time. Here you go, baby. Oh, honey. There you go, bud. Nice cold water. Oh, fresh food. Need some nice fresh food. Do whatever's left in that. Plus a little bit of treat. Come on. Come here. There you go, baby. Is that good, buddy? Come on, go now. I think so. Oh my gosh. You ain't munching on that, my goodness. I think my cat's happy. Water's so cold. Oh my gosh. Fresh out of the tap. Boop.
Be the third appearance for Hunter in Met uniform. One as a starter, and that was that he was the opener.
Mike Zunino leading off in the home 6th and takes the curveball low, ball and a strike. Hunter's been good so far. 4 scoreless innings in his 2 outings as a Met. Well-traveled right-hander getting an opportunity. There is news on Seth Lugo. He is set to begin a rehab outing in a few days, coming back from elbow surgery.
That's why it looks like I have like half the hair that I
Is
do.
that
Because
Seth
the green
will be
screen.
ready to pitch in the big leagues before the end of May. So that bullpen, which has been good, although it struggled yesterday and again today, is going to get a whole lot deeper when Lugo's ready to go. At the same time, J.D. Davis also appears to be heading out on a rehab assignment. There had been some thought about J.D. being activated
Bottom
today,
of the
but
6th.
they decided instead that
Tommy
he would
Hunter
need some
pitching
rehab games.
for New
So
York,
he is likely to
and
head
Mike
to Syracuse and
Zunino
play at least a couple of games.
at bat for Rays.
Brett Phillips waiting on deck. Brandon Nimmo played a rehab game on Thursday. Then they sat him down because he had some soreness in his finger. Don't know when he's going to play next. Fastball ran in on him, and Zunino fouled it off. Zunino's been up twice, has popped up to Alonso both at bats. Zunino's had 3 career at-bats against Hunter and struck out all 3. And that's inside ball 4, and Zunino draws a leadoff walk. Second walk given up by Met pitchers tonight. Brett Phillips coming up, and we check in with Steve.
Well, guys, that last
Zunino
half
get a
minute you were
walk?
talking about the random shot of Joey Wendell and not knowing why the Rays were showing Joey Wendell, but they must be talking about him. Well, I got that answer for you. The Rays broadcast was talking about Joey Wendell because there's a Rays all-access show after the game about Joey Wendell on Bally Sports Florida. Now, I got a little more than I bargained for when I asked what that show was about. Apparently, when Joey Wendell was a kid, his brothers used to put shock collars on him, and he says that that drove him to be more competitive and toughen up. So I didn't ask for that detail, but apparently that's featured in the all-access Joey Wendell down in Florida after this game.
Are his brothers free on bail at this time?
Jeez.
I hope not, actually.
That's awful.
That's abusive.
That's just
rough.
terrible.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. A little more than I bargained for there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gosh.
Wow.
0-2 to Brett Phillips. Curveball low. I mean, last night Brett Phillips referred to Joey Wendell as Babe Ruth. He was talking about expecting Wendell to win the game. Wendell struck out, and then Phillips got the game-winning hit. I don't think even Babe had to go through that.
Oh.
Popped up, third base side, and that'll go out of play. This is the game-winning hit last night by Brett Phillips. Ball first came off the bat. Conforto charged it like he was thinking about a 9-3 putout. But instead it was Phillips able to go back into airplane mode and celebrate a walk-off hit. Good-looking cutter by Hunter to strike out Phillips for the first out.
Well, there's your little cutter. Starts out, as you can see, inner half
That's
of
my
the plate,
alarm.
and then breaks in around 4 inches inside. Hard pitch to lay off.
That's 8 strikeouts for Met pitchers today. 1 out and 1 on, and now Austin Meadows up for the second time. Meadows had the go-ahead hit. He came off the bench in the 4th inning. Delivered a pinch hit double that put the Rays in front. Part of their 5-run 4th inning. Meadows then stayed in the game in left field. Golfs that one foul, and it's 1-1.
You know, another aspect of this team and this organization, and really the team, Gary, I read in an article that all these players that were cast-offs in a lot of organizations that had bounced around that they felt had potential and brought here and part of the success. Kevin Cash said it kind of developed an
I go Zoom.
underdog mentality in that clubhouse, and it makes perfect sense.
Well, everybody in there knows that they don't have the payroll flexibility to bring on the high-moneyed stars, so they have to do it from within. Of course, a fortuitous trade like the one they made to get Meadows, that one helps. Fly ball into shallow left center, and in comes Pilar to call, and that's the second out.
You know, guys, something else that I found interesting talking to a lot of people in the organization this week was the fact that the lack of a payroll in some ways is viewed as a benefit in that front office because it allows a level of freedom to try things that you simply don't have really anywhere else in sports. Maybe a couple other places, but you know, most places, if you want to try, let's say the opener, which the Mets are using today, but the Rays were the ones that brought it to the forefront in 2018, you couldn't do that for fear of retribution if you were wrong. That was a quote someone gave me, whereas with the Rays, you try things like that.
Meanwhile, Rosarena goes the other way. Mets shift against him, and twice now he's hit the ball through the right side.
And I was talking to Zach Scott, who, you know, he worked under Chaim Bloom the last couple of years with the Red Sox, and he said that it was one of the things that Chaim Bloom said coming from Tampa to Boston, it's a little different. I mean, you want that amount of payroll flexibility, but at the same time, you recognize that you are no longer going to get away with not being in on certain free agents. And in some respects, you know, free agents are some of the worst bets in baseball when you look at things from an analytical perspective. But what Chaim Bloom was saying is that, you know, there are pros and cons to these things. Certainly, you'd rather have the resources, but you can't do as many things that are off the beaten path when you do have those resources.
Well, there's no rule you can't do both, right? I think that's what the Mets ultimately would like to be. That ball hits Brandon Lau, and that'll load up the bases. I mean, you'd love to be the team that has the ability to go out and sign the big money player and still have the smarts and the creativity to do the out-of-the-box things that will make your team better at the margin.
So I agree with that, and it's a good point, but I think that the general idea overall is that you almost can't be first to market with some of these things, or if you are, you have to be really sure about them, because in most places when you have those resources, if that idea doesn't work, you may not be here for that long a period of time, whereas with the Rays, they almost encourage people to take chances, and if they don't work, no big deal, we'll try something else. If you're going to punch above your weight, you know, if you're a $60 million team trying to play with $200 million payroll, you've got to take extreme risks at times. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Plus.
So Tommy Hunter now has a bases-loaded jam to deal with.
That's a bit better.
Walk
Everything's
is
so
single,
tight
now
against my
hit by
head.
pitch, loading the bases with 2 out.
How often do we talk about that 2-out base hit RBI? It's a backbreaker. It's a tight game right now. Base hit here makes it a 8-4 ball game. Changes the whole program.
Andy Diaz has been on base 3 times in a row, and he pops this one a mile high.
Everybody, welcome
into shallow right field. Conforto comes
to
under
Monster Sports
and
Entertainment. I'm your
makes
host
the
Molly.
catch,
Don't forget to
and
smash
Hunter to escape trouble.
that thumbs up button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications, so you're notified whenever I'm live. Whoopsies. How's everyone doing today? What a game, right? Freaking Tampa Bay. The score was 4 New York, Tampa Bay 1, and Tampa Bay scored 5 runs in the 4th inning. I was like, oh. York was kind of just there like, well, shit then, okay. Is that good? Come here. Come say hi to people. Come here. Hi, honey. Come say hi to everybody. Everybody wants to see you. She's like, and please put me down. Yeah, I'll put you right there. There you go, buddy. Hey, hon. Mm-hmm. It's a good game, hey, bud.
Because he had some soreness in his finger when he played on Thursday. And we'll see what he gets in the lineup next. That's waiting for those guys. Meanwhile, the irregulars have been doing quite the job filling in. Tomas Nido getting the start behind the plate today has struck out and grounded out. Andrew Kittredge, who got the final 2 outs in the 6th, stays on to start the 7th. And Nido goes after a first pitch fastball and fouls it back. Nido, then Jose Peraza and Kevin Pillar for the Mets in the 7th.
A bit of a mess.
Mets came into this series with a 7-game winning streak. They had a 2-0 lead going to the 8th last night. That got away. They had a 4-1 lead today going to the bottom of the 4th. And that has gotten away. Nito grounds one on the left side, and Wendell scoops it up.
Ooh!
No collar
One
required.
out on New York already. Damn. That sucks.
Still shaking my head at that.
It's really kind of hard to believe.
I mean, did they interview the brothers?
Hey, honey.
And I mean, if you don't have one of those collars that, if you go over that certain wire for dogs, they can't go out of the yard.
The invisible fence?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to use that on my kids either. And so said Peraza. Peraza hit a 3-run homer back in the 2nd that gave the Mets the lead, his first home run as a Met. He hit just 1 home run all last year with Boston. He's hit as many as 14 in the Major League season back when he was with Cincinnati and playing every day. Andrew Kittredge has retired his first 3 hitters. And he gets one at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Kittredge looks like he hides the ball well. He turns his back to the hitter and kind of almost, I can't say he slings it in there, but it's close.
Half swing, and he stopped it in time. 1-2 to Peraza with Kevin Pillar on deck. Shane McClanahan started for Tampa Bay, and the rookie went 5 1/3, allowed 4 runs, 6 hits, in line for his first Major League win if the lead stands up for Tampa Bay.
That's a good
And
food,
Peraza again tries to stop it. This time he went around. Bill Mueller gave him the first
drink some
one, but not
water?
the second
I feel like
one.
you drink any
And
water.
that's the second out of the inning.
Kittredge has that big sweeping slider. Makes it tough on the old right-handers.
Well, the last 12 Mets have now been retired. Last base runner was James McCann, who walked with 2 out in the 3rd. Now 2 out of the 7th, and Kevin Pillar comes up for the 4th time. Pillar has struck out, flied out, and popped up 0 for 3. And he takes a fastball on the inside edge for a strike.
So one thing, these relievers come in, Gary, for Tampa and throw strikes.
That is their mantra.
Right. The rush to 2 strikes is their mantra.
Well, it's got 2 strikes.
And then make them chase. So it's the same ball. It's just different.
2 outs on New York
terminology,
already,
but
top of the
it's
7th.
Baseball 101.
I mean, that's what Kittredge just did against Peraza. Got ahead 0-2, made him chase a couple of pitches. Now he's got ahead 0-2 on Pillar. And he chases one for strike 3. That'll do it for the Mets in the top of the 7th.
John, what's going on, John?
Kittredge, 6'4" Rays.
What's going on, John Doe? With X's.
I'm Dr. Dave Chopsy.
What's going on? How you doing? I'm Molly, by the way. Hi. I thought the Mets would hold their 4-1 lead. Same here. And then Tampa Bay was like, "Hey, let's get 5 runs in the 4th." And I was like, "Great." So I'm guessing you're cheering for the Mets. I'm also cheering for the Mets. Go Mets. Hey, Chipper, honey. What's wrong, honey? Why do you look so depressed? Why do you look so depressed, buddy? Why do you look so depressed and so sad? Oh, you're purring though. But you kind of look depressed. You're probably freaking sweating. I'm gonna have to brush you to get all your loose hairs off. Hey, bud, cool you down a bit. I know, it's hot. I put 400 on the Mets. Oh, did you actually, Johnny? Oh, Lord. Oh, so you bet on them. What a beautiful baby. She is precious. I want to say hi. Oh, she's looking at me like, excuse me? Look at her. Oh, baby, look how beautiful you are. Oh my goodness. Mwah, look how precious. Oh my, you are just such a little precious baby. You are such a little precious little baby. I love you so much. Aww. She's 16 years old. She is 16 years old. And I'm gonna be 20. And I've had her since I was 4 years old. I grew, she didn't. She's still little.
Joey Wendell leads off in the 7th. Well, Jake is still on the mend. He's yet to throw the bullpen session that would be necessary to get him ready for his next start.
Oh, she's 16.
He will come off the injured list and pitch
She's
in
old.
Miami on the last stop.
She
on
looks
his road
small,
trip,
but she's
that is
old.
not etched in stone by any means. Wendell smacks one to deep right. Back goes Conforto, and it's off the wall. Wendell on his way to second, and Conforto's thrown a shade too late. Wendell's got his 3rd hit and his 2nd double of the night.
Well, he jumped on this fastball.
That's nice and cool, bud. See, nice and cool. Oh, that is really nice and cool.
Off the wall, making catches over his head near the wall.
Second hit off Tommy Hunter in relief, and now Margot, who's 1 for 3, and he pops one up foul. It'll come back out of play. Nothing to one.
Well, you're in the 7th inning right here.
Oh, you just lost your 17-year-old cat? Aww.
Out there. Got to drive it in.
Sorry to hear that, John.
Move him along. It's crunch time right now.
Thanks for the subscription, Johnny.
A bullpen game today. Drew Smith started, gave up an unearned run, grounded down to 3rd. DR can hold the runner and throws out Margot, so Wendell does not advance. 1 out.
No, that's twice now they have not.
1 out on the Rays.
Second. With
1st and
out.
3rd base is empty. 3rd base has a Ray.
Now it's Willie Adames, who drove in 2 with a double in the 4th to tie up the game. Struck out his other 2 at bats.
Yeah, a year ago I lost one of my
Hunter,
cats.
who spent a year pitching for
One of my
Tampa
other
Bay.
cats. Hey, Chipper, now it's just you.
But 2017, he was with the Rays.
You're the only one now.
Hit of Adames.
Oh my God!
Runner goes to 3rd, and that was scary. Appeared to be
Ooh.
headed right for the helmet of Adames, and he was able to vacate and get out of the way.
Now that is a definition of a wild pitch.
Are you gonna show a replay of that?
His head, and he just pulled the ejector button.
Whoa, that was
How did he
close.
get out of the way of that?
Man's almost got whacked in the head.
Ball in a 2. Oh wow, that could have been really ugly.
The ball almost went straight for Willie Adams' like face. And he like, as soon as he saw the ball come towards him, he freaking.
Well, when you fall down when you fall down,
He went down, like he went like he was like boom down on the ground. He was like, I ain't getting hit.
The stickiness, you got to go get.
Wish you had pet insurance during your finals. Aww. Are you in
Infield comes in with a runner at 3rd and 1 out.
I wonder what it's like in the U.S. Cause I'm in Canada. I live in Canada.
Anyway, Hunter spent a year in Tampa Bay. That was in 2017. And it was the best year of his career. He had a 2.61 ERA that year. Something about going to the Rays, their bullpen every year gets reformulated, and every year they find themselves 5 or 6 guys who have great seasons for them. And Hunter has been one of those guys.
Why isn't it showing up? There we go.
Infield up all the way around 3-0 to Adames,
Don't
and that's ball 4. So a scary
Canada's
attack
beautiful.
for Adames, but he winds up at
Facts.
first base.
Nice here.
And that'll up the double play possibility with Mike Zunino coming up.
We get winter 8 months out of the year, but like other than that, it's really nice.
That's bullpen is quiet right now.
Even when there's a nice fresh blanket of snow over everything, it's really nice too.
Hunter working his second
Like in the country, not in the
Drew
city.
Smith
In the
went
city,
2.
just all
Joey
slush.
Lucchesi went an inning and 2/3. Sean Reed Foley an inning and a third, and now Hunter has gone an inning and a third. Zunino has popped up twice and walked. He's 0 for 2 today. First and third and 1 out. Mets drop the infield back to double play depth in the shift. The problem with double play depth in the shift is that the second baseman, who's playing right behind the bag, has to move to his right for a ground ball. There's nobody to cover the bag at second.
Correct.
There's Barnes getting ready. By the way,
Is your cat
remember when
indoor
we
slash
had
outdoor?
the issues
Indoor.
With Lindor and
She's an
McNeil
indoor
having
cat.
some indecision about ground balls in between them. I asked Luis Rojas about that because we have been talking about whether maybe the spacing was too close. And he said that that wasn't the issue, that it was
When we
more
used to
a
live
matter
somewhere
of
else, though, she'd go
pre-pitch
outside for a
deciding
bit.
who
Like,
should go in
I'd,
front
like,
and who should
supervise
go
her outside in,
behind
like, the backyard.
on a ground ball hit between them. That was
You
about
can-
their lanes rather than their spacing.
You can plan that, can you?
Tripper, why do you
Really,
look so
that's what he
sad?
said.
That's just where the ball's hit. Where is the ball closer to whom? To me, if the ball, whatever the ball's closest to, which will be left or right out off the bat, that's the player that makes the play.
But what if it's equidistant?
Come on, New York, get him
Shortstop,
out.
because he has the easier throw, where the second baseman has to plant and momentum away, has to throw them with his body moving away from first base, where the shortstop's like really turning a double play.
Let's go, New York.
I mean, it's an issue that shortstop and third baseman have been dealing with for 1,000 years, right?
Right.
And it's always the third baseman cuts in front, gets what he can, shortstop
Correct.
goes behind. I'm not sure why it's as difficult a situation for the second baseman and shortstop to negotiate. A high strike to make it 2-2, and a foul ball. Double barrel action in the Rays bullpen.
Bottom of the
Joey Reed, the
seventh.
left-hander. Jeff Springs, the other left-hander. Why would you have 2 lefties up at the same time?
I don't know. That's a good question.
2-2 to Zunino. Wendell at third and Adames at first with 1 out. Hunter trying to find his way out of a jam.
His second inning in a row, he's been in trouble.
Worked out of a bases loaded situation in the 6th. Can we get everybody set now? Here we go. Just
Ooh.
off the corner and a full count to Zunino. Nito tried to hold it an extra beat for Gabe Morales, but he wasn't buying it. Brett Phillips, the
Zunino
on-deck
at
batter.
bat.
Nito flashing signs to the infield. Adames at first might well be running here on 3-2 with 1 out. He's going, and Zunino carves 1 foul. They're trying to stay out of the double play. Adames took off.
Kind of make me a little more inclined, Gary, to bring those middle infielders halfway. You know, it's taking away the double play.
Right, so it gives you a chance to come home.
Yeah, I mean, just bring them in a little bit, you know, get them halfway position. It's a big run out there.
They're not moving in. This will be the 8th pitch. Adames runs and it's fouled back again. doesn't sound like the Ramones.
That man's just vibing on the sidelines, playing with a baseball, chewing his gum,
if you're
having a
going to
good
play a Queens
time.
band with a Queens team in town,
That's
you
really
can at least
comfortable in that
play the
sweater.
real
That looks
thing.
like a very comfortable sweater.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat, and Zunino pops one up in foul ground, hoping for a play. Nito, Alonso, and Alonso's got it.
Second on
An
Tampa Bay.
adventure in this ballpark. Nito never saw that ball coming off the bat, and Alonso saw enough of it to make the play for the second out.
Another situation where they just don't get a runner in from third, less than 2 outs.
So a big out for Hunter, and now a chance to get through the inning as he takes on Brett Phillips, who's gone 0 for 3 today. Well, if the Mets are able to rally and win this game, these innings will have proven crucial. Hunter able to get out of a bases-loaded jam in the 6th. And now a first and third jam in the 7th, trying to get through it as well. Phillips flies one down the left field line over the shoulder. VR can't quite get there. Trying to make a spectacular play going over the bullpen home plate area. And he almost got there.
Tried to run for that one to try to get him out.
He's way off the line, and that's a sprint right there.
He got a great break on that.
Sure did. What are you going to do? That's a tough chance.
Couldn't quite figure out the angle. But quite an effort by VR.
That was an amazing effort. Incredible effort.
Wendell is the runner at 30, double to lead off the inning, took third on a wild pitch. Adames walked.
Freaking dove for that thing.
1-1 to Phillips. And he grounds one weakly to second base. Peraza's got it.
Bless.
Hunter finds his way out of another jam. In
Tampa Bay, 3 outs going on to the 8th. I'm excited for dinner. What time is it now? 3:30. It's 3:30. Oh, my cat's making. Whenever my cat decides to eat, she'll take whatever's in her bowl and then she'll go crunch, crunch, shake her head. Or she'll grab it out of the bowl and put it beside the bowl and then eat it off the ground. I'm like, bud. And then somehow she gets the food on the wall. I'm like, how do you get your food stuck on the wall beside your food bowl? I'm like, it's miraculous. I don't even understand it. She's so loud but precious. I love her. Oh my goodness. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be a magician. Have you ever fed her Temptations? That's literally what she has. I think she has like, I don't think it's Temptations brand. I think it's a different brand of like cat treats that I have. It's in like a container. It's like the big value pack in the container. I just put like her regular food in, and then I also put her special fancy feast hard food in there. The hard fancy feast in there. Didn't want to give her any soft food because sometimes she'll have soft food and then she'll get sick. So I'm just like, just gonna let you have some dry food. You'll be fine. That's literally what she's eating. That's why she's eating so loudly, and that's why she's like munching it down. She's very happy about that. She's very happy with her food. Also, she has to cuddle me every single night before I go to bed. She has to cuddle me. Every single morning when I wake up, she tries to cuddle me, and if I get up, she'll get like upset with me. And then she'll just sit on my bed and wait for me to come back from brushing my teeth, and she's like, excuse me, can I get cuddles? I'm like, alright,
Spring's
fine.
numbers, and they're solid. And he's also been a guy, it's been kind of a with the injuries, they've had to do a bullpen by committee as far as saves are concerned.
Breaking ball hit deep to left field. Back goes Meadows. Near the
ball away up. Woo! Yeah!
Francisco Lindor gets the Mets.
Home run for the Mets.
Home run of the season.
Freaking rights.
After 13
home run for the Mets.
Retired, and after back-to-back
Woo,
3
woo.
strikeout games for Lindor.
Freaking rights, Lindor.
It's now 6-5. The Mets' third home run today. The first time this season the Mets have hit 3 home runs in a game.
And a slider in the strike zone, Gary. And another hanger.
Woo!
And that's his second home run, I believe, from the right plate.
That's adorable. If you ever get a chance, check out Cat Daddy on TikTok. It's a couple with 3 of the most docile cats that I've ever seen. Oh. Cat Daddy.
So Jeffrey Springs greeted Ridley, third home run he's given up this year. As Lindor takes the left-hander deep, snaps it 0 for 9 stretch for Francisco.
Will this come back to haunt the Rays? The last 2 innings leaving those men on base.
Certainly the Mets trying to take advantage after Hunter was able to extricate himself from back-to-back precarious situations.
They had every opportunity to blow the game wide open the last 2 innings.
Inside to Conforto. Pete Alonso waiting on deck. Mets had a 4-1 lead in this game. The Rays took command with a 5-run fourth. Mets have been stymied for the last 4 innings, but Lindor has lit a fuse.
Oh my goodness, they're so cute!
1-2 coming, and it's low. 2-2.
Stop.
Jeffrey Springs out of South Point.
They're so cute, and they just had on matching flannels.
North Carolina. Same high school.
That's too much for me. That's so cute. Oh, Tripper, do you want to get matching flannels? She's like, don't talk to me, I'm eating.
Springs went on.
I want to get matching flannels. That was so
South
cute. They're just vibing
State
out there.
University. Fastball misses high to Conforto, 3-2.
The first one that showed up was one of the cats
the Appalachians there. It's the
with like the blanket over them, like the towel over them.
It's like the difference
and little cucumbers on their eyes, and they were just chilling out. Oh, it's so cute.
North and south.
Precious. I followed.
And he got him looking. Perfect pitch by Springs. Inside corner at the knees for the first out.
Top of the 8th. It's a 1-run.
Our next pick's telecast tomorrow when the Mets meet the Rays. Coverage begins with Spectrum pregame at 12:30 right here on New York's very own Pix 11. Well, now Pete Alonso with the Mets down a run in the 8th inning. Pete connected for his 6th home run of the year in the 3rd. Snapped a 15-game stretch without a home run.
It was spa day. Precious.
Who misses outside with the changeup for ball 1.
And Pete having a
just
tough
chilling
time
out there.
against
He was
lefties.
so
also
happy to
2
be
home
living.
runs with a 208.
The cat was like,
average.
yes, this is the life. It's precious.
But then again, it's just a small sample. The Mets have not faced a lot of left-hand pitching.
And a home run today against the lefty. And that fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-1.
You are correct. 3 home runs. I stand corrected. Yeah, you're right.
Just,
you're always right.
Turning the page, that's all.
You're always right.
Hey,
Jacob
buddy.
Barnes up in the Mets bullpen, ready to pitch the bottom of the 8th.
You wanna come up?
And Pete goes after one, hits out to right center field. Back in the gap goes Phillips with.
Oh, he caught it.
Makes the catch on the warning track.
Come here.
Yeah.
Come up, bud. You wanna come up here?
Wasn't his ball.
Oh, you're going up there. Oh, yeah, it's fine.
He's very frenetic out there in center field.
Well, he's not Kevin Kiermaier. There's
Hey,
Pete
bud.
Fairbanks, who closed the game out for Tampa Bay last night.
Oh, yeah,
Kiermaier's
you
on
drink
the
your
injured
water.
list right now, and
Your
Phillips
chin's all
filling
wet.
in center field. So that in of itself is a panic. Here's Dom Smith, who's 2 for 3 today. Had both the hits off the left-hander McClanahan, and now facing the lefty Springs. And the slider off the plate for ball 1.
And you can see Springs is not overpowering. A little sinker slider pitcher.
Pitching with his third big league team, Texas, Boston, and now his first year with the Rays. And the slider for a strike, 1-1. Straight sliders. He didn't get the call on that one. That's 2-1.
He squeezed him.
Tom has got 95 at bats since his last home run. He's got only 2 this year, both against right-handers. And that's away, ball 3. And he's in a good spot at 3-1 with McCann on deck. We've got the right-hander Fairbanks up in the bullpen, so if Dom gets on, we might well see him to face McCann. Kevin Cash checking out his lineup card. 3-1 coming to Smith. And Dom takes it low, ball 4, and the Mets get the tying run aboard with 2 out. Out-of-town scores brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers. Live like a pro. Tonight in the National League East, the Andersons go head-to-head. Ian against Brett. Braves beat the Brewers last night behind John Smiley. Phillies and Blue Jays. Anthony Kay goes for the Jays after Stephen Matt started last night. Phillies won that game 5-1. And the Nats, who scored 17 last night, are in Arizona to face Seth Frankoff, who makes his debut for the Diamondbacks. Meeting at the mound. Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, is out to talk. So they're going to leave the lefty Springs in to face McCann with the tying run at first and 2 down. McCann is 1 for 2 and a walk today.
You have a very lucky feline. I know she feels loved. Oh, I shower her with love. Hey, bud, I don't know who's more clingy, me or her.
Lindor led off the inning with a home run. Now
whenever I get home, she runs to the door to me.
Tying run at first with 2 out, and a fastball.
And she's like, "Mom, where were you?" Hey, buddy.
Sometimes that first pitch is your best crack.
Oh yeah, she's had a very good
I agree.
life.
He just walked the guy.
And that misses low. Ball to strike.
That was a bad frame by Zunina. That could have been a strike.
After 2 days of watching, I kind of like the camo hats. I am not a big fan of the camo socks.
I don't like either.
I like the camo hats.
And slams one foul. It's 1-2.
I do like the camo catcher's gear, the shin guards, and the pad, chest protector.
I have a hair in my
that
throat.
looks good.
Yeah, but the other guys in the field can't wear those. It's just the one guy.
No.
Camo?
I used to have a
That's
Ross Boy
beige.
stomach like that.
What do you mean?
Used to. Then what happened? 1-2 coming to McCann, and he misses with the changeup 2-2.
What do they call that, a six-pack?
We'll get you in the gym, Keith. We'll work you over.
Yeah.
Aaron Loop and Jacob Barnes both at the ready in the Mets bullpen. McCann looking for the big hit here with 2 out. Jonathan VR would be next. 2-2 coming. Now McCann goes down swinging. Inning over. Mets get closer on the Lindor home run.
Inning is over. We're not going to the bottom of the 8th after this commercial is over. I'm gonna go grab, because if she comes back to me, I'm gonna want to have a brush near me. a little comb that I use for her. I like using this comb because whenever I use like the brush, I can't actually get out like all the tangles, you know? Oh, where are you going? You gotta go to the bathroom? She's getting food again? She got up like abruptly and like kind of like walked over that way pretty quickly, and I was like, did she have to go to the bathroom or something? Nope, she went back for food. Mood. She ran for food. Mark! What's going on, Mark? Come on, it looks like a close one. Oh yeah, between the Mets and the Rays. Freaking right, that's a close one.
Jacob Barnes will pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for New York in a one-run game.
Well, his last time out, he's been solid. His last outing, he gave up a run. It was the home run to a solo home run to Asdrubal Cabrera. That ERA is deceptive. He has pitched very effectively. He got off to a shaky start in April, but he's been pitching quite consistently well.
They'll face Austin Meadows leading off in the bottom of the 8th. Meadows had the RBI double that put the Rays in front in the 4th inning as a pinch hitter. And he hits this ball to center field, and this is going to drop in front of Pilar. He almost caught it as he rolled over, but it's a base hit for Meadows. It's quite an effort by Pilar.
Meadows getting to first base.
Close to that ball, and he almost made a spectacular catch.
I thought he was going to catch it, Gare. He closes on the watch, top of your screen. He closes quick. He just kind of went left instead of directly in, and that was the difference. But he did get a glove on it.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's quite an effort by Pilar. So Meadows aboard with a leadoff hit. And now Randy Arozarena, who twice in a row has hit the ball through the vacant right side of the infield, and this time they do not shift as dramatically against Arozarena.
Well, I think 2 base hits, like you said, to that side
water all over
will
myself.
Change your strategy.
Got to live in the moment, not just in the past.
Oh.
Well, Tommy Hunter was able to sidestep some serious trouble each of the last 2 innings to keep the Mets within range in this game. Lindor got them closer with a home run in the top of the inning. And now Barnes trying to keep it a 1-run game going to the 9th.
Good strike inside.
On the ground to third,
Oh.
past VR, and Lindor has no play. Well, VR couldn't quite reach it. Had he done so, it might have been a double play. Instead, it's an infield hit for Arozarena, his 3rd hit of the day.
Tough play. We're so used to VR making every play. Oh, it came up. And an up hop there, Gare.
So 2 men aboard, and now Brandon Lau coming up. So you got another mess for the Mets bullpen to contend with. Rays have had base runners galore all day. They've got 12 hits now. Brandon Lau 0 for 3 was hit by a pitch his last time up by Hunter. And that cutter runs inside, ball 1.
All the marks on the bat. Oh my gosh.
Meadows at second, Arozarena at first. And Lau takes low and away. That's 2-0. Yandy Diaz, the on-deck batter. Jerry's Familia is going to get quickly to work in the Mets bullpen, just starting to throw, as Barnes has given up 2 hits in a row. Two will coming to Lau, and it's low. There's Jay Reese just getting warm. This bullpen has already given up 5 runs today and worked out of a whole lot of other messes to keep the Mets in vicinity in this game. But Barnes has a crisis now. First and second, nobody out. 3-0 to a power hitter in Lau. There's a strike 3-1. Lau last year hit 14 home runs in the short season. Finished 9th in the American League MVP balloting. Then had a dreadful postseason. In 20 games, he had 110 with no home runs. Great season, tough October. There's a strike. As Barnes picks off the inside edge, and it's 3-2.
There's no outs yet for that. There are no outs yet for Tampa Bay.
That's a tough strike call to get with that glove moving like that.
And it was a strike.
So now Barnes has worked his way back to 3-2 with nobody out. And he walked him, and that loads the bases.
Damn!
So
bases are loaded!
And the Rays
that's
have
not a good
another
thing.
chance.
Yes, they
Create some space.
They've left 5 men on base the last 2 innings. And they got the Sox drunk right now, and it's a big opportunity to blow this game wide open.
Yandy Diaz coming up. Their best on-base guy. He's been on base 3 times today. Started the day 9th in the American League in on-base percentage. And the Mets are going to go to the bullpen, take Barnes out, and bring in Familia. So Familia will come into a mess. And Luis Rojas is going to trust that Jay Reese will be able to throw strikes in this spot. Maybe he's not going to make a pitching change.
Stalling for time?
I don't know.
What's the rule here now, Garrett? The new rule is that he can't. Hey, he's got to get him out. Yeah, okay.
So Familia coming in with the bases loaded. 6-5 Tampa Bay in the 8th. We'll be right back.
Lord. Familia. Come here. Come on. Come up. Come here. Come here, girl. Come here. There you go, buddy. Come here. She's like, what are you doing? I just want to give you a nice little brush, bud, because you're freaking hot. Yeah, do you want everybody to see you? Hell, I want everybody to see how precious you are. Oh, look, nice. Oh my goodness. Does that feel nice? Is that nice? Do you like that? I can't tell if you like that or not. You having a good time? Oh. Oh, sorry. Oh, give a little knot there. There we go. What's up? See your chin, bud.
To get out of Dodge, you know, it's not fair in this situation.
Gotcha.
If you can get out with 1 run, you'd be happy.
Well, you say he has a tendency to get in and out of his own messes. He has no mess to get into. It's already there.
Yep.
Yandy Diaz is 2
I know
for
you don't
3
like
on
it when I
walk
do your
today.
tail,
He's got
but
a
I have
single
to.
and a double. Bases loaded, nobody out. Infield in. And Diaz takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Familia last worked on Tuesday night, a scoreless inning against the Orioles. Meadows at third, Arozarena at second, Lau at first, the infield up all the way around. Can't afford to fall any further behind, down 6-5 in the eighth. And it's chopped. Lindor off his glove and into the outfield, and 2 runs are going to score. Meadows is in, so is Arozarena.
Dang.
And that is a huge base hit for Yandy Diaz. Lindor tried to get the glove up. It ticked off the leather, went to the outfield, and it's now 8-5 Tampa Bay.
Now that is a Baltimore chop right there. I mean, this has got...
Oh, I know you don't like this. I know.
It looked like Lindor did not get a good break off of that ball, did he?
He also didn't jump.
Right.
He just misjudged how high that ball was.
Okay, hits the dirt.
Yeah, the foot.
I know you don't like this.
Yes, he was backpedaling.
Do you have a favorite baseball
So it'll be
team?
a double for Diaz. His third
New
hit
York.
of the game, and
Yankees
a
or
huge
Mets.
one to give the
One
Rays
of
a
them.
3-run lead in the eighth.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker.
And now Joey Wendell, still nobody out, and he goes after a
Cheer
sinker.
for the New
0-1.
York teams.
Wendell's already got a 3-hit game, a single and 2 doubles.
And there's more runs out there to be had.
Look how pretty. Oh my
13
goodness.
hits for the Rays. That matches the most the Mets have given up in a game this season. The infield stays in, 3 on the right side against Wendell.
I know. Look. Come here. Give me your head. Give me your head.
And he bounces one toward the
goodness.
vacated space, and that'll go into the outfield, and 2 more runs will score. Wendell trying for second. The throw coming in, not in time. A ground ball double for Joey Wendell, and the back is broken. A 4-run inning for the Rays in the bottom of the eighth, and it's 10-5.
2 back-to-back identical hits, type of hit. And this is just all because of the shift. I mean, it's identical high hop. Oh my word.
Can you guys see her? Hold up. Look at her. I'm just gently holding her face.
Well, Hunter was able to escape damage in the 6th and 7th. But Barnes put the Mets in a pickle here in the 8th. And 2 soft hits against the bring in 4 runs.
Tell you what, Wendell had cut that corner nicely at first base. He's not a truck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lightly hold your face. I'm just gonna hold your chin.
Game, 3
Like it under your
doubles,
chin?
2 RBIs, and a feature coming up on Rays TV later on. Here's Manuel Margot.
There you
And
go.
that pops out of the mid of Nito, ball 1.
Look how pretty you are. You're so pretty.
So Barnes gets charged with 3 runs without retiring a batter, and Luis Rojas's bullpen game has blown up. Drew Smith did the job at the beginning. Tommy Hunter escaped some damage in the middle, but Lucchesi, Reed Foley, and Barnes all get thrashed, and the Mets now down by 5 in the 8th.
It's just a little bit different when a reliever has to come in. Pete runs out of room. When a reliever has to come in with men on base instead of starting an inning. Boy, boy.
Joey Wendell with his 4th career 4-hit game, his first since 2018.
You're gonna be so
Single,
much
3
cooler
doubles
now.
for the
Oh my
Rays third baseman.
goodness.
He's at second, still nobody out. 5 straight have reached base to start this
Still
inning.
nobody
4
out. Tampa Bay is at 10 now.
Margot
Jeez.
bounces one down to third. That's
Isn't that
a fair ball
nuts?
for VR. And finally, the first out of the inning.
Okay, but you can go up there.
I mean to tell you, Garrett, it's 2 back-to-back
Okay,
doubles
help me.
on high hoppers.
Bouncers to short.
Unbelievable.
Well, the first one, Lindor certainly had a chance for had his footwork been
sorry.
better. That's the result of the shift.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what happens
sorry.
when you have a sinker ball pitcher.
Sorry, you have a
on
little
the
knot
mound.
there. I'll have to
You're
get
gonna
that
get
out.
balls chopped off the plate. And so it goes. Here's Adames. Got a 2-run double in the 4th, 1 for 3 and a walk today.
Let me move this out of the way for you. There you go.
Hey, it's your favorite song, Keith.
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts. Tampa Bay like went from being
Yeah,
down
that
3
was
to
Citi
being
Field
up 5.
ages.
I know.
You gotta go on the road.
That's
Don't
nuts.
remind them.
Hey, baby. Hi, buddy.
Were you clapping your hands? 2-0 to Adames. In the 9th inning, the Mets will have the lower third of the order coming up. Villar, Nido, and
clap your hands.
Peraza.
Ooh,
Got Jeff
clap,
McNeil in
clap,
the dugout
clap,
as
clap your
prospective
hands.
pitch hitter. Ryan Thompson, the side-arming right-hander, up alongside the lefty Cody Reed. See which one of them gets the 9th inning in a non-save situation. And Adames fouls one away, and it's 2-1. Crowd of 7,500 at Tropicana Field today. Slowly but surely, attendance limits will be lifted. Hopefully, by the All-Star break or sometime thereabouts, should be able to fill up the houses again. Slider hit on the ground foul, and it's 2-2. There have already been 12 teams reach the 85% vaccination rate, and 4 more teams should be in the offing. The Mets are not one of those teams. They are far short of the 85% vaccination rate, so they still have to follow social distancing rules that the more vaccinated teams do not. That includes wearing masks in the dugout. 2-2 coming, and Adames takes a sinker low, and it's 3-2. Here in the booth, we are almost to the 100% vaccination rate. We're at 67%.
Well,
we're getting there, Keith.
You hold on.
Just wait.
4, 5. We are 3/4 of the way there.
Well, there are only 3 of us.
Well, there's 2 shots.
It's ball 4.
So there's only 1 left.
I got you.
So was it 7/8?
Well, so no. I believe we have 5 of the 6 shots. We're at 83% there.
Thank you.
There you go.
Your math is good.
So Adames is on base for the 3rd time. Still only 1 out of the inning. 2 aboard for Mike Zunino, who's the 8th man up.
I'm just hopeful that I don't have a bad reaction to that second Moderna shot.
Well, you're going to be off when you get the shot.
I know, but I just don't want that. I don't want to be down in Florida relaxing and having a fever and not feeling good. I don't want to ruin my off time, but I got to do it. I understand.
You don't want it to ruin your day.
That's right. You get
Hey,
my drift.
honey.
You get my drift.
I do, Kramer. Thank you.
I got the week off. I don't want to be laying in bed for a day.
Zunino 0 for 3 and a walk today.
Are you sleepy,
I'll
baby?
tell you, after I got my second Pfizer shot, the next day, for about 4 hours, I was flat on my back.
Really?
Just fatigue, exhaustion, and then it was fine. So, hopefully, it'll be nothing worse than that. Just take a little nap.
I'll do that.
Oh, you do that. Nap anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Curl up with Haji on the couch.
Sure.
Swing and a miss, and Familia strikes out Zunino for the 2nd out.
Boy, did this game just blow up. A very good Met bullpen has faltered here in Tampa.
2 big innings for the Rays, a 5-run 4th and now a 4-run 8th. They sent 9 men to the plate in the 4th inning, and now Brett Phillips will be the 9th man up here in the 8th. Phillips has not joined the party. He's gone 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. And takes the fastball for a strike. Looks like they're going to go to the lefty. Cody Reed is the only man throwing now in the Rays bullpen. Wendell at second, Adames at first with 2 out. And Phillips grounds 1 and foul.
Foul. Foul. Foul. Foul. Foul. If anybody knows where that's from, like, props to you. I know my dad
Marcus
does. For a
Stroman
fact.
will be going for the Mets in the final game of the series. Another Pix 11 game tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
She's getting so into eating her food. She moved the bowl like a solid foot. It was against the wall, and then she just moved it.
Right center field, that's going to go off the gap and bring home 2 more runs. Randall is in. Adames heads home. A 2-run double.
Holy crap! This score is nuts. I think the Mets are just at this point like, all right, yeah, we're effed. 7-run lead by Tampa Bay now.
Sinker, right, doesn't get away enough. Basically, the same location.
The score is 5 New York, 12 Tampa Bay. New York has it. What was the last time New York? I was gonna say the 4th, but it wasn't the 4th because the 4th they had 4.
There's Austin Meadows, who began the inning with a single to center that Pilar nearly made a spectacular catch on. He went off his glove for a hit, and the race was on. 5 hits and 2 walks in the inning for the Rays, and they scored 6 times.
This is nuts.
And Meadows pulls 1 foul. It's 0-2. Meadows didn't start this game, but he put Tampa Bay in front with a pinch hit double in the 4th, and then ignited the rally here in the 8th. So he's a big hand in this game, despite not starting.
It's 2 games in a row that Brett Phillips has had an offer going into his last at bat, and he's got 2 hits and 3 RBIs out of those 2 at bats.
This will save your day.
That's exactly
It's nuts.
right.
Familia strikes out Meadows and finally puts the brakes on the ball.
Holy finally, the 8th is done. My gosh. That's nuts. Also, I have no idea what's playing. wanted to win right now, they'd have to pull out a miracle. A literal miracle.
On the air to center. Easy for Phillips. Wow. You know, it's funny. A few years ago, a guy came out of the bullpen throwing 93. You'd say, he's a hard thrower. Now a guy comes out of the bullpen throwing 93, and he's the soft tosser.
I don't think he's throwing 93 here. I mean, it's all relevant. It's the new gun. It's a new calibration. But in our day, it would be 87, 88. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. But doesn't matter.
Gonna have to get you a radar gun. Maybe a throwback radar gun. It was Jose Peraza.
No.
And that gets
no,
away from Zunino,
no.
but no advance.
No,
They're taking chances down by 7 runs.
Do you remember, Gary, the radar gun was first made popular by the Latin gentleman with the white hat down in Dodger Stadium that would sit back there with the gun for the Dodgers? Front row, right behind home plate. And that Panama hat.
Driven to right center field, over comes Phillips, and he picks it off in the second half. Here's the play of the game.
Honey, you drank so much water. Your little chin's all wet.
Coming off the bench in the fourth inning, they put the Rays in front, and they have stayed in front ever since.
And that was the managerial move of the day, Gary. The deciding managerial move. Kevin Cash pinch hitting Meadows for Brasso. And Meadows makes his skipper look like a genius.
Now the Mets are down to their final out, and Jake Hager will make his major league debut. The first number 86 in Mets history. That's an important number to wear.
Well, Tampa Bay won this one.
Jake Hager, 10 years after he was drafted in the first round by the Tampa Bay Rays, makes his major league debut against the Rays, wearing number 86 for the New York Mets. I think that's great.
I think it's great too.
Hager just called up today. Khalil Lee was sent down.
Also a good point in the game here to let him break in.
Choke it up a little on the bat, and he fouls one away, and it's 2-1.
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager, a Las Vegas native, 28 years old, and finally getting his first crack in the big leagues.
This is MLB debut.
And he lines one toward right center field. Phillips moves over, makes the catch.
And that's it.
And that'll do it for the afternoon. Hager hit the ball well in his first big league at bat. But the Rays have taken the first 2 games in this series. 2 big innings against the Mets bullpen. A 5-run fourth and a 6-run eighth. And Tampa Bay wins this one 12-5.
Well, the bullpen that has been so solid for the Mets this whole
Tampa Bay
so far,
taking the
season,
W. 12-5. That's nuts.
Has kind of faltered here in the first 2 games. The bullpen really roughed up today. They gave up, of the 12 runs, 11 of them.
Game summary brought to you by Poland Spring from the heart of Maine. The Mets hit.
Well then, everybody. Final score is 12-5. That's nuts. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications so you get notified whenever I'm going to be live. Yeah. That's basically it. I don't know when I'm going to be live next. We'll see. But just keep our notifications. Check community tab regularly. Then you'll know when I'm going to be live. So thank you, everybody. And I will see you here next time on Monster Sports and Entertainment. Molly out.
Until next time, everybody. Next time, boom shakalaka.